First game I've played with Reed in weeks.
Welcome to another week of Dungeons and Dungeons. This week, we pick up with the Phadlin Crew. After quite a journey with the Waterdeep crew, we have to turn the clock back a little bit. I believe a week. The Waterdeep crew is just making their journey to the Old Town City over the desert with Wisp right now, as the Phadlin Crew has just conquered, or at least gotten a single victory out of the Kobold Alliance, defending the final stand at Nature's Hold, that is the city, or as people call it, Everwood, which is the general area, because there's a gigantic Everwood forest, so it's interchangeable depending on formalities. Good to know. You were able to, funny enough, with Critical Role, now that I watched quite a bit of it in the past now, since last we played Phadlin Crew, you planned at dawn, quite almost literally. You planned at dawn. There was a title in one of the original ones, and you ended up making some plans, preliminary, you're still processing and thinking about it, with Brine and some of the surviving houses of the north, or northern houses, depending on how excited you want to get about it. Last we left off, you guys were like, we got to get that blood axe. You got your blood axe. You're very happy about it. You did get attacked by some of this wounded survivors.
Yes.
But thank God you have a cleric in this group, unlike the other group. Unlike the group, though.
Belfina's basically a cleric.
Multiple clerics.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Just clerics all over the place.
There's clerics
recently remedied.
And you know what would be funny?
This whole team is just built to support monsters.
Yeah, no, this team is like the optimal build for killing big bosses. It's just like everyone take at least 3 levels in cleric, except one tank, and everybody is just popping heals out and shit. And it's just like, it's like Luke just stands back. You know, I never thought about optimizing the whole team.
one person plays an off tank as a paladin with an AC of like 21.
Just wait till next campaign. Luke's gonna be sending us all messages. All right.
Wait a minute. Actually, no. That person's gonna get disintegrated.
I have an outline for all your characters. If you deviate from this, I will hate you.
I understand this is what you built, but you have to understand that this is just gonna work out so much better.
This is in your interest.
I've never seen anyone
just
such
make this change. You'll be happy you did it.
Actually, if you take this other feat at level 4, it turns out better.
Just see Ryan break a pencil. I want to play brick.
just don't be me and pick the cantrip True Strike on a sorcerer.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Doesn't help.
Why would you do that?
Dumb.
True Strike's like garbage cantrip.
Why?
So everybody is just
it's
left.
probably the worst cantrip.
The planning room, the makeshift war room right now, and you guys have the day to you. We would have had a map today in person. It's supposed to be delivered by 8, so you might get a map at some point. That would be cool. But you also
That's
have
hilarious.
your app. So
8 o'clock, just map.
Yeah, so you guys have the day to explore the Everwood. You have as much a day as you want to explore Nature's Hold, the Everwood, and whatever you would like to do. Right now, the group is together, as you were all present for the meeting with the Northern Lords and leaders and houses and the King of the North. So you've just exit there. I believe you're on the first floor, the first level, and you let me get my map up of Nature's Hold for me, not for you. And we will be good to go. Already had it up.
We just woke up, right?
You woke up, but you had a meeting. You had like a 30-minute, 40-minute meeting.
Okay.
I mean, decided what to do.
Yeah. I'll say an hour meeting.
Brian was she conscious for that meeting?
She was very weak. She had to be propped up in that meeting. You guys could visibly tell that like her muscles basically looked unresponsive, sort of like someone that had ALS. She is spent. And she's upset by that, and yet she still tries to defy it. And her sworn were like, "Sit the fuck down, sit down." And she just—that's Brian, man. She's gonna,
I love Brian.
she's gonna fight until she's dead.
Was there someone who looked as though they were generally trying to head up the meeting in her stead?
Well, she was present in the meeting, but
Right.
it was the captain of the First Army, Corin, I believe was his name.
Is he still here? here as we're kind of meandering out of the meeting?
Everybody, like the other houses, the dwarf that is like, as he walked out, was like slapping you guys on the side, like Maz now is just like, bah! As he's going out. Need a name! As you guys are separating the Goliath that is one of the only surviving members of his house right now. He is trickling out, but back with Brine, two of our sworn are there. You can see behind this like foliage of trees and overgrowth in here from this area. You can see Corin is going over more of this of the houses that were lost last time we talked. So remember, 20 out of the 34 northern houses were destroyed since the Kobold Alliance attacked. So they are on fumes, and they told you guys to see if you could ask for allies. Your last plan, as you remember, was to take the day, figure things out, and then potentially travel west to the Storm Giants to go help free the fleet for Jarlax to help increase their numbers, to get a navy for the northern armies.
Good old north.
And then,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
and then I think after that we were thinking about helping out that town, the
Yes,
dwarvish
indeed.
town.
That would be House Amberax, and they're under siege
on
to the east.
Coast, yeah.
They were sending a bunch of the northern houses from that meeting. Were going to wait for your rendezvous in Pinman to try and free the dwarfs because they are at a huge deficit in smiths and resources for the war right now, and they need tons of masonries and dwarven ability and talent to try and start producing. The economics is way behind on the Northern Army right now. But winter is coming. Whoa, Ned Stark! It's coming. And you won't have to wait 7 books. It's coming in a few months.
Oh boy. Shit.
Never invade the north in the winter.
I just put the objectives that Reed posted a while back into our team chat.
Thank you, friend.
I'm offended.
Team chat.
I might have those objectives myself, but I am still offended I can't see it. It seems to me my players are conspiring against me.
That's what we do.
I mean, you posted these like weeks ago when we first finished the battle.
Yeah, I have it right here, so it's still in.
He wants to feel included.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's his thing. How could he not be?
So I think our plan was to try and touch base with the Storm Giants, get their help,
Yeah.
and then who else was there?
Well, we were thinking exactly. We were gonna do the Giants, then free the fleet, and then have the fleet meet us down in Pimmon to help Pimmon. That was what we were gonna do.
Yeah.
And damaging the supplies of the Alliance seems like something we could probably do on the way, since they've probably got their claws in all the trade routes and everything that we might potentially be traveling on.
Yeah, if I had the physical map, what I intended to do today was to have chess pieces to show you where
We're
things
playing
are.
Risk, boys.
Yeah, it was going to be really fun to have that on the board, but we'll have to wait on that for now. There are certain routes, but the route you're going to the Storm Giants right now, you wouldn't be able to hit any Kobold Alliance. But there are going back down and all your travels wherever you might go, will be opportunities.
If we bump into
It
any
stands to
Kobold
reason.
Alliance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think we should probably try and look around for supplies, maybe help around in the city for a little bit, see if we can build them up before we just rush out.
That's a good idea.
Did you want to talk to anybody? You had interest in Corin?
I was
going
going to talk to Corin.
Sure.
Just to
You can try. I'm kidding.
Now, it's his demeanor right now is pretty somber, right?
Yeah, the whole town has this sense of, and city, of somber hope, that they're hopeful. It's like the Yankees when they didn't get eliminated in Games 5, but then they went to Game 6 and got eliminated. They like had a little bit, they're like, murder, and then they got fucking murdered. But right now, they just pushed it off another game, and they're like, hey, crazier things have happened. Look at else. Maybe they'll do something. And
So
Yeah.
Hi.
I would like to approach him. I'm not gonna like sneak up on him. I'm just gonna come up and place a friendly hand on his shoulder and say, "The gods have not forgotten about you. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure that no more houses fall."
He stands back and he looks to you and says, "Well, I sincerely appreciate that, Uzal Uta. Brian seems to have quite the confidence in all of you." He would say the king. I'm so fucking good at his stuff. They're all formal. If I fuck up, everyone always refers to her as king. Always. And side note, Brian never wants it. I had a whole bit planned about that, but I doubt it's ever going to come up normally. So in case I forget it, there was supposed to be a thing where she asked them like, "Stop calling me king," and they're like, "Of course, my king." She's just never going to stop. So you all had that interaction at some point. All right, that's a freebie for all of you.
That's awesome.
Speaks highly of all of you. Don't disappoint her, please.
I plan not to. But
She's literally sitting right there. They won't.
But is there somebody that I could talk to help us gain the supplies to ensure that?
Supplies are going to be in short order here, but you can check out some of the piles we're getting right now. Anything we can pull off the Kobold Alliance from their camps, we'll have those in 2 separate piles in the front courtyard. All their weapons, you can probably have an easy pick of any of the stuff that's left over there. Probably nothing too fine. We still can't move the Valkyrie that is outside the gates. You might want to investigate that if you have any interest. And the supplies are going to be in short order because we are going to need any medicine we can. We're short on clerics.
We don't need medicine or anything like that.
Oh, then those would be places to check. For shops, we sent all civilians north to the Frozen Fortress, the Frostborn, to safeguard our future. God forbid. Gods forbid we all died on the battlefield and were destroyed. People would live on. So we don't have many of the houses here. Any of their shopkeepers have been repurposed for the war efforts. You can go to maybe Leggett.
Like it.
No, down in the. Which ward would that be? Would be. Actually, up in the new war room. If you go to Leggett now and ask for some supplies, they might have a better detailed list than what I would be able to offer you.
I certainly appreciate all of your help. I look forward to winning this war.
As do I.
I'll meet up with my group and relay that information. So
Sure.
we can go shopping.
War shopping in a broken city.
Yeah. I want those damn elephant tusks.
Oh, Jesus.
I need the ivory.
Oh, this is all the stuff that happened to Luke that I never gave you.
Okay.
Or to, what's his name?
Want to take a picture and just send it to him?
To Zeph.
Zeph.
Zeph, your boy.
Yeah, your boy Zeph. Your boy Zeph, who's not here right now. Leave a message.
Do we want to try and see what's going on with the Valkyrie first? See if we can discern anything from it, or maybe pluck anything.
Hopefully she's actually dead.
I don't know if many things could survive a direct blast from a Terras.
Yeah, but if anything, perhaps a Valkyrie. Shall we check that out?
Let's go.
Works for me.
All right.
I would be very interested in seeing this.
Oh, I know. Oh, I like this.
Yep.
Mind went.
So
As you guys
we
exit-
make our way to the.
You guys start making your way out there. You can see the front entrance. There's a giant, there's a big gate that didn't fall, but a giant wall that did fall, if you guys remember from the battlefield because of the Tarrasque. That is trying to be repaired right now. You can see many soldiers being repurposed to bring stonework up and trying to lay down new stone. There are druids of there, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and they're trying their best to be shaping the stonework material to get the fortresses up. but many of the runes that protected the city have been lost, and that's going to take a lot more time to re-enchant many of the runes that kept this place safe. You guys pass throughout the gates. You make quick questions about the body of the Valkyrie, telling them that Corin gave you direction and the ability to go check it out. The Drow officers have no problem with that, and they show you over to the area quite a ways, like 500 meters away from the front entrance, and probably on your map it would be, well, you don't have this map, but it's very similar on your map. It's in that place to the Brine Meadows. It would be then southeast of the Brine Meadows, and inside there it is it's far in the distance. Like, she got blasted from the fields. As you approach the Valkyrie, you can tell her body is in the ground right now, and there are vines slowly growing through her body, pulling her into the earth and through her throat and through her face, and all the armor has been just obliterated. That's not on her anymore, and it's a naked body. There's pieces of her flesh missing, some of the rib cage you can see. The Valkyrie is messed up. It looks like
Dead?
Make a medicine check. As Bellona.
That's me.
As soon as she sees the Valkyrie, just comes out to go check her pulse with her rib cage exposed.
You never know.
I was gonna do it, but
10.
10. At first, maybe there was a chance, but then when you could see her not beating heart through her rib cage,
oh god,
you're pretty
Solid.
sure ain't coming back from that, especially because the heart is deflated and crushed.
that's gross.
1 KIA.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
think we have to worry
I'm just
about
gonna
her
look
anymore.
around to see if any trinkets have survived.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna,
blast.
You
I'm
can
just,
make an
I'm just
investigation
gonna
check.
elbow Ralia like,
Just gonna stand there and watch, wait until they're done.
10.
So, 11,
well, you know,
as you look
10.
around,
right now.
10,
don't do it.
on the, around the Valkyrie, you guys, you don't find any of her materials. You can't find any of her swords or anything like that. It would seem they were blasted off, obliterated, or they exist in pocket dimensions. None of that stuff is on her person right now. So she just looks like a corpse. But with your investigation check, she does have some strange markings on her. That's left over from what pieces of her body like aren't obliterated.
What do those look like?
It's tough to tell. You have to make a religion check if you want to try and discern what they might look like.
I will try and make a religion.
Can I also do that, even though I'm a bad cleric?
Yeah. Ari points him out
On
to you.
brand.
12.
This is definitely a deity you've heard of, and the symbol's not coming to your mind. You have it like partially in your head, but it's not jumping out to you. You can't place the name. As you pointed out to Ulazal's like, I should know this, and then the panic and the stage fright of being a bad cleric just keeps creeping on him. He doesn't know shit.
I only read one book.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's just like, I probably should have brushed up on all the other gods. You think that would have been a...
They don't really make that big of a deal of it in Neverwinter.
Oh my
Nope.
God.
Didn't really seem to bother them in Neverwinter. All right. What else is going on?
I'll go over there and start inspecting the body, and I'll look at the
Mhm.
markings that Ulazal couldn't seem to.
Go ahead and make a religion
recognize.
check.
We'll scoot off to the side.
Okay.
Cast a little
27.
sending Rooney.
Yes. What'd you just say, Luke?
27.
You said 27?
Let's go, dude.
She has a +9, yeah.
I didn't know Relyrus was still joining us. You know what happened to Relyrus? Huh?
Roll a natural.
Oh, no,
wizard
no, he
player.
doesn't.
I
He
know.
was not there for that session.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He doesn't quite know.
He doesn't really know.
Oh
That was
shit.
a dope session.
He'll get there someday. That's
It
right.
was sad.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, 29. Good roll.
27.
27. Sorry. Still fine. You're able to piece the symbol together in your head, and you recognize it as the symbol of the god of war.
Ooh.
This is one of the with the 27 that starts to jog your memory a little more about the Valkyries. The Valkyries have more to them, and this was a Valkyrie in the service of the god of war. Though she adorned the sign of the Ouroboros, which is not anything related to the god of war. So that is a point of strange contention in your memory, in your history, what you recall about that. Let me get the name of the god of war. I should have that.
Kratos.
Nope.
I think that's right. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, guys, this is Kratos markings. Yeah.
Even when you cut down on the amount of gods, it's still hard to keep track of them all.
I have a list. I didn't transfer my my notes. I normally make the notes for this week on a different computer, and then I transfer them over, so I didn't do that on this week.
Oh, you fool.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You win some, you lose some. I did change it, but you should have updated my new password. Why are you like this? Okay. I'll get it to you. I'll just get up and get it.
Ares.
You guys, go roleplay while I go get the goddamn name.
Okay.
What's Mosnell doing?
I really need to find a new shirt.
Yeah, that one's definitely seen better days. I might have...
No, my furs are completely gone. I'm currently wearing a shirt that is too small for me and has ripped as I put it on.
Remember that? I remember that.
Good times.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Well, maybe when we go get supplies, they'll have something.
we'll be able to maybe
I'll
outfit
try-
you
I'll-
a little bit
I'll
more
log over
appropriately.
I need to find some furs.
and I'll cast mending.
This is awful.
Try to mend it together.
It would probably like go back together and then like
And then
rip
just-
and
yep.
split.
That's the exact effect I'm going for here.
I'll
Exactly as intended.
reach into my backpack and be like, does anybody have a better pouch for these buckets of emeralds?
I believe I might have
What
the
you
bag of
Do we
holding.
have?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I was wondering.
Everybody
Do we
has
have
that
one?
holding.
We do have a more
I have
spacious
a bag of holding. If you want to,
device.
I would say you lost some of the emeralds during the battle because you were focused on not dying, and you had a bucket of emeralds just like hitched to your side the entire fight, unless you had it hidden in a pocket dimension. You still have a lot of emeralds. How many emeralds did you list on there?
I had 30,000 gold worth.
Oh, yes. So you probably lost only about 5,000 gold worth of it. So you
Okay.
still have 25,000.
25,000 emeralds.
We
is
had-
pretty-
we added that.
if you just like put that
don't
in your
even need
notes
it.
section, so because like it'll be in the bag of holding, but I'm not gonna really keep track. of
Yeah, I
it.
have it as an item.
Okay.
Bucket of emeralds. So I'll
Bucket
just
of
keep-
emeralds.
Yep. That shit was flying all out on the battlefield as cloud kills are coming out. There's a
Great.
couple drow that are a lot richer.
Well, anything to help
Um,
the north.
I have the name. I moved all my notes. Now it's not as organized, but it's here. It is
God of War for 700.
Kaiyar. Kaiyar.
K-I-E-R.
K-H-E-E-Y-A-R. Kaiyar.
Can I hear?
Kaiar.
I call it
Kaiyar.
Kaiyar phonetically. The god of war. Not Kratos.
And I assume I can recall that name or just all that information.
Yeah, it's
I'll put my hands on her arm and I'll cast Animate Dead and I'll say, Rise, Daughter of War.
what is it? Read me the description of it.
You touch a corpse, something.
Corpse.
It is a corpse.
Choose a pile of bones or a corpse of a medium or small humanoid within range. The spell imbues the target with a foul mimicry of life, raising it as an undead creature. Skeleton or zombie, blah blah blah. GM has the game statistics,
Mhm.
the creature statistics. And then the rest of it is just what I can tell it to do.
Okay. So the body would rise. It is not an actual Valkyrie anymore. It is just the lifeless, soulless version of the Valkyrie. and it has very weak generic human stats now at this point because it's lost all its armor.
It's still intimidating looking at.
It is. It's still tall. It's still about.
Still a pretty tall humanoid creature.
Yeah, it's still tall.
Humanoid
it
zombie.
stands. It looks like it had much better days, but you do have a zombified Valkyrie at your disposal.
Well, that's big.
I'm gonna take a few steps to the other direction.
Just like look at her, and be like, yeah.
Ralia, I have to ask, when you do this,
Yes.
is the life that you're breathing into them the life of their spirit, or are you just manipulating their bodies?
No, it is all my own magic.
Oh, well, okay then. That's much less sinister.
Mostly.
Mostly. See, there's a big difference between the first part of that sentence and when you throw the mostly on there.
Maybe.
I mean, it seems pretty black and white to me. I don't know.
You see everything as black and white.
Maybe let's go see what let's see if we can get some supplies.
All right.
If it makes it any better, Rulazol, it is not the spirit of the body that is trapped in there.
Is there a spirit there?
We may never know.
I'm uncomfortable with this. I'll give her a cockeye and go with the group to get supplies.
And
As you give her a cockeye, you can see like the Valkyrie eye roll to the side and look at you, where in the gap where like the side of her skull would be, and she just gives you a look.
Can I make an Arcana check to, like, is there a soul in the body of an animated person?
Go ahead and roll.
Wow.
I want to start tying little ribbons in her hair. Little periwinkle ribbons.
Where in her hair, you said?
Yep. She has
Valkyries are depending on which one it is. This one in particular is buzzcut.
Does she have wings?
They are gone.
Okay.
Bandana.
Even like little.
Bandana.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you
A
can do
bandana.
that. But I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be difficult with you. But there's like part of the
No, it's
dying
fine.
Valkyrie process is losing
Yeah.
the Valkyrie, basically what they are
Mm.
on the mortal realm. 12.
Hard to tell.
With the 12, man, it's anybody's game, man. Man, there's a lot of crazy magic out there. Who's to say? With the
Probably just
12,
smiling at Ulazal, like,
Very unsettling.
what is your stat dump for that cleric? Anything? Is he so good at anything,
Intelligence.
or is he just good? Oh, insight. So he just
Insight, medicine, wisdom.
Wisdom as a cleric.
Let me rephrase Reed's question. Oh my God, Zach, can your character do anything?
The way my dice are rolling today, no.
They can't. He can't
It
do
is kind
anything
of
in the terms of
weird
like
that-
religion and like shit. I thought a cleric would be
it's
good at.
weird that they don't make religion a wisdom check. I mean, I get it
yeah.
because it makes sense for it to be an intelligence check, but clerics should be good at religion.
You should
Yeah.
just be proficient at it regardless.
Yeah,
I would think
cleric proficient in religion.
Like, it's just
That
a
makes
thing.
sense.
And you just get to choose one less or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
If it makes you feel better, Zach, my cleric is also not proficient. Or he actually doesn't have a modifier for a religion check, so.
oh God.
You know, I guess it kind of works though for both your backstories.
Yeah,
so
no, it's on brand.
it works. Anyway, all right. So as you start walking back, a couple drow on horseback ride up to the group, seeing an undead, large, humanoid-looking creature rise from whence the Valkyrie once laid. As they pull up, their hands on the pommels of their swords as they slow down, approach the group and look. Excuse me. What is that?
We're removing the body of the Valkyrie from the battlefield. We won't let it plague you here anymore.
Right. Right. That's the Valkyrie?
Yes, it was.
It was. Now it's just like a
He's just a walking
kind
pile
of
of
a
bones.
corpse. It doesn't have any of its powers.
The hands come off their blades. Very well.
Although, Ralia, it might be wise to have it wait for us on the outskirts of town, perhaps.
Very well. Go now.
You send it off on its own?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See you later.
Yeah, definitely nobody's gonna murder it while we're gone.
What is this?
Just terrorizing the towns.
Anyway, the Valkyrie goes off, and they all nod accordingly and continue with the. You see, in the early morning rising of the sun, many drow workers. They have all sorts of hoods and cowls guarding their face from the sun as they work during the day, and they are bringing in as many resources as they can. You see people throwing bodies aside and lining them up, taking off armors and boots and anything they can from the dead. They're trying to salvage as much supplies as they can. But you guys walk back to the city then.
Heading to
Can I-
We're going for the piles of items so
Okay.
that we
Need a
can
dope name for it,
scavenge.
but it's escaped me.
Did I have a
Nor or something. We're going on the supply.
Did I have a chance to cast sending while you?
Yes, while that was going on.
Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
thank you for reminding me.
You're
I
welcome.
forgot the damn
That's
god
okay.
name, and that's what derailed me.
I know. I was like, it's.
No,
whatever.
yes,
It
sending.
happened. Yeah. Well, I sent you this stuff a while ago,
I remember.
and I will find it again.
All right. Are you then casting it again to see an update on that?
Yeah.
So cryptic.
Okay. Hello again, Bellona. I need more time as things are still rocky. The noble houses may have interest, but we're trying to sort out the People's Alliance currently.
Thanks for the update. Appreciate it.
Okie dokie.
Can I look for furs? Something to replace my old shirt.
Yeah, give me a investigation check.
Oh yeah, my specialty. Oh, I rolled well though. Oh, I rolled okay. I thought it was better. Investigation. Okay, yeah, not great.
Boy, that tumbled.
Yeah, it did. I thought it was an 18, but it's only a 13.
Mhm.
No modifier, so 13.
Okay, 13. Looking around the battlefield out here, not much. You're not seeing much in the ways of furs. Everything looks mud and picked over. Anything, because you got at this point, you guys are getting closer and closer to the castle. You're not seeing much. But as you guys start approaching the piles, you can clearly see a rack of many dirty and blood-stained pelts that are all against the wall, varying sizes. So you can take a look at any of that stuff and see if any of them intrigue you there.
Yeah, I'll just look for something to make as close to similar to what I had before.
With 13, you see one that's a little tattered, no holes in it, some blood stains. You'll have to do some pretty typical cleaning work on it, stuff you're
Cleaning,
used
yeah.
to. But
It
you
should
can. It's about your size. It's a little shorter
Okay.
than normal, but it still gets you covered. It doesn't cover you quite as much as Qualden used to love. So
Does it look like there's anybody who's, or like a group of people who seem to be really keeping inventory and would be able to help us locate stuff in these piles?
yes, absolutely. The very same people that as Mosnell is sizing these up, of one of which comes over, and another male drow in all adorned in his armor that I remind you looks very similar to Mandalorian armor, but with thinner helmets. But it has many like elven weaves on it. It looks very much like Skyrim elven armor too, in the way that the line work works historically with elven armors, and very Selesnya-like as well. Comes over. Can I help you? Talking to Mosnell.
Yes, good morning.
First to Mosnell, because there's one to Mosnell talking, because he's looking at the rack right now. So, sorry. First to Mosnell.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose so. I had furs that kind of got wrecked and destroyed during the battle, and I was looking for a replacement. As you can see, this is not working very well.
Indeed, and who might you be? These are supplies used for the war effort, and I've never seen you around here before. Do you have a unit?
No, I'm not in the army. I'm My name's Mosnell. I'm part of the group of adventurers that came in to help.
We were the ones fighting alongside the king.
He turns and sees
What he
Ares
said.
come into the conversation. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Because I believed we had no business here, but I believe we do have business now.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it.
Well, what can I do you the pleasure of right now?
Well, my big friend here is looking for something to cover himself with.
Yes, that would
Yep.
probably be helpful to everyone on the front.
He is quite the distraction.
I'm going to bounce my pecs up and down.
Oh my.
Is that a performance check?
That one. You can take that one. As soon as you do that, he points to the one you were looking at. That'll do fine.
Nice.
All right. I'll try not.
Do you have,
We're
It's
just
soggy
looking to
with
maybe
blood, but otherwise, fits fine.
I'll clean it later. I just wanted to try it on first.
we're actually looking to see if we could outfit ourselves if there's anything useful for us. We're going on a mission to try and get some aid for the war effort.
Excellent. Well,
Sidebar. Belfina is going to use prestidigitation to clean off the fur.
nice. Belfina just kind of comes up as he's like, I'll clean that later. She just touches it. Like, as he leans it down, it's just like right in her face, and she's like, "Ugh, no problem.
Oh, thanks. This is much easier.
Thumbs up.
So
Tink, tink.
if there's anything that might be useful for us to go on an expedition into the wilds, any magical type weapons that were left over by any captains or just spare armors that might be a little bit better than what we've currently got.
Don't you think
Ammunition
it's a
too.
little morbid?
Ammunition as well, yes, arrows, bolts.
Well, you can look through either of the piles here. I'll help you with anything you might need in case anybody flags you down, but generally the way we're stacking them is pretty standard. Any magical weapons are sent up to the new war room for all the commanders to make the final decisions on that type of equipment and armor. There's not much of it to go around because magical items and magic users aren't as common as they used to be in the stories of old. But in the times of war, we're starting to see there is a lot more magic users than we ever thought possible. And that has presented itself with a whole new plethora of problems we wish we had solutions to.
So all the gear you have here is going to be mostly standard gear and ammunition.
Very much so. Standard gear and ammunition is basically what you're looking for. As you guys turn around, there's just a massive piles. Like, you can also take Game of Thrones when they took the breadbasket of Game of Thrones. What was the Tyrell's house? What do they call that?
Oh yeah, the
Highgarden.
Highgarden. It's basically, you know how they were just piling shit up in Highgarden? Armors in one pile, helmets, swords, and it's all just standard stuff of the Kobold Alliance. They're piling it up first, but you get the sense that they will be changing the colors for the most part.
yeah. Any stronger, lighter armors? I've just got this standard leather. If there's anything maybe studded left over.
We are as short as possible right now when it comes to resources. I could guarantee you better armor if we had the Dwarves of Pinman here, but that is one of our first objectives.
Okay.
So,
Nothing left over from them.
nothing that's better than what you got. You have very
Okay.
solid armor for a military issue.
Standard military issue. Nice.
Do you happen to know what happened to those elephant tusks?
Elven tusks.
The large beasts
From the war
prairie?
elephants.
They're still out there, the elephants.
You guys haven't harvested them?
That would take quite a lot of resources, and they are excellent barriers at any counter attack to or follow-up attack to nature's hold right now. So we are leaving those untouched in the gigantic crevice the Tarask made. If you would like to climb down there and try and get them out yourself, all the more power to you.
I might just have to do that. I need the ivory for something I'm cooking up.
Okay.
What about arrows, bolts? Where could we pick up some of those if there's any left over?
Oh, plenties.
I'm sure there's plenty.
Here, and he pushes over one of the racks of all the pelts. And you can just see barrels and barrels and barrels of arrows and crossbow bolts. There is just like 500-700 of them. Just
Oh,
lined up.
yeah.
I'm gonna pick out like 60.
How many?
60.
For one person?
Yeah.
They are definitely gonna have an issue with that.
I need some too.
They still need to arm all their archers.
I'll pick out like 30 then.
Okay. 30 they can deal with for one person.
I'll take 15 arrows
Alright.
and 20 crossbow bolts.
Yeah, you can get away with it. Easy enough. Like you guys get some looks, but like we'd all be dead without you. But like,
That's right, you
Don't
would.
push your fucking luck, because guess what? You're fucking about to leave, and then if you're not here, we're all gonna be dead anyway. You bunch of thieves.
You guys can survive.
We're not thieves. We killed those people fair and square.
Freeloaders.
Not theft.
God.
Kill 'em first.
Great.
We earned those.
All right.
Can I also pick up like 2 daggers? Just daggers.
Oh, absolutely. There's piles. Any when it comes to daggers, swords, any of that stuff you guys might need. Short swords, long swords, spears. Tons of that shit's available.
Now I have
Axes, warhammers. There's all, but it's very standard. There's no magical.
It's
shit.
just basic,
Yeah.
common.
Peasantry.
Yes. But we could take it and sell it. No, I'm kidding.
Optimize your money.
Nothing of this is gonna be.
Now
worth
that's
that.
Borderlands.
No, it's not.
That's how I do Borderlands.
No, in Borderlands
gonna
you
matter
hoard all
once
the
you get a
weapons and you
TV
never
channel.
sell anything.
What's that? What was that, Hunter?
I said in Borderlands you hoard everything and never sell a single one.
Not a single legendary. Today, I loaded up today. Actually, I had a need to play it today after you guys made me
that's
play
funny.
it. I know. I'm just like I was having a miserable time last night. I just didn't want to play at all. And then all of a sudden this morning, I'm like, I think I want to play. And I'm like. So I played the quick like kill missions, and like the Rick and Morty mission was
Yeah, that was
awesome.
funny.
But then I
Yes.
accidentally sold my legendary rocket launcher, and I couldn't get it back.
Wow.
There was no resell. It instantly
I'll
just
trade
ate
you
it.
mine. I'm never gonna use it.
All right. Well, okay. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I
I
want
was
to.
jaded. But then I killed a badass today. I went to kill some guy that was in a waterfall, and it was some side mission. I killed him. I got nothing from his drop, like a couple bucks, $2,000.
Oh, was that El Dragon?
Yeah, I think so. I killed him. It's funny, and I'm like, I ran right past a badass. I'm like, I'm better off killing the damn badass. I got nothing out of this. Next time around, I saw a badass. I'm like, I'll kill him. Legendary first pop. I'm like, what is this game? Anyway, sorry.
Just
Sidebar over.
numbers.
I had to-
RNG.
Yeah, it is. All right. Continuing along.
Yosh.
So there'd be no like studded leather type armor in these piles.
Hunter, give it up.
I know.
Is there just like a basic shield I can grab?
Absolutely. You can get a
And then-
standard shield.
What kind of basic armor do they have?
There would be basic leather armor, so you would be able to get normal leather armor if it's around here.
I'll grab a set of that too.
All right.
One of those.
What about
Yeah.
weapons?
Like I said, everything you can probably imagine when it comes to.
How about a long sword?
Yeah, there's definitely a long sword or two.
I'll give it to Ralia.
All right. Bellona
I'll
comes
take
over
it.
and gives you a long sword.
Thank you.
You have a long sword, a shield, and bloodied armor that Belfina comes over and prestos as you pick it up.
Ding ding.
She taps her hat every time before her magic comes.
Which is weird, 'cause she's a druid. Why does she have a metal hat?
I have no idea.
It's probably relevant to
Deep
her
lore.
backstory.
Deep lore there. All right. You know what I thought? It's my bowl. It's my bowl. That's a true thing. Yeah, wherever I go, I have a place to eat. Sorry. Anyway, that would be what I would do with it. All right.
Is there anything else we might need, team?
I'm all set. I don't know what you guys want.
I think I'm all set.
Do you guys want to go to the new war room, see if we can
I want to see if they're willing to part with anything that might
Probably
help.
shouldn't get too greedy. We
Yeah,
don't wanna
let's
completely-
just steal all their stuff. That sounds awesome.
Oh, that was very. You know, I was gonna get there.
If
Let's.
as he hears you guys all talking about the stuff, if you find yourself wanting to be useful, there are plenty of jobs around here that people will need done. You may have your own mission, but it might be helpful to talk to some people, like in the observatory, to keep an eye out for something that might help you out, help us out in our war effort, and I'm sure they'll be able to reward you if you're looking for specialty armors. Our engineers and all of our best tinkerers are always looking for new ways to push the war front further. And there's always a couple of places around here you might want to.
Do you know, sir,
Yes.
of any maybe experimental type stuff? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, I don't know of it personally, but in the observatory they have many experimental type stuff.
In the observatory.
That sounds.
Yes, that is on the
interesting.
third level.
Shall we?
I mean, we don't. We're not in a rush to leave,
No,
really.
not really.
So we could. I know there's various. I mean, they can use any hand they need. So we could, if we need to stay another day, if anybody feels we want to try and plan our approach or get
You
more
guys still
information
have
about
tons
this
of
route.
time. It's like 8:45 in the morning right now.
Yeah,
You guys got.
we're like coming
early-
on.
We're gonna be so productive.
Yeah, you guys got plenty to do today, and there isn't a crushing Ragnorum behind you pushing you. So you guys have. This is great. You guys
We
are
can
free.
go at
I'm
our
just
own
reminding
pace.
you can go at your own pace.
Wait, did,
Let's go to the war room, see if they're willing to part with anything
And then we'll make
to
the
help us
observer-
in our
were
mission.
we
We can
supposed-
follow up with the observatory afterwards and see if anything we can do. Maybe let's try and think of a strategy. Try and collect some more information on the route we're going to be taking. If there's any creatures we need to look for, if there's any best ways to go, or landmarks to keep an eye out so we aren't getting lost.
Maybe a local could guide us or something.
If anybody is willing to bring us a fair distance.
Might be
I
a
know-
hard sell to get them to part with one of their soldiers right now.
It doesn't have to be a soldier.
I
Scout or
can talk
something.
to Brine. She's been to the Storm Giants, and I can ask her.
Who has the memory? You took a memory out of
tips.
her. Did you see the memory? Remember, you took a.
Yeah, Raleigh.
Raleigh?
I have it.
Oh, you did.
You have the
I know I
memory,
have
just
it.
as a
He has
reminder
it.
to you.
He has it. Just
So you
chilling.
and then you had because you did it in tandem for your tracking stuff. Just to remind you guys because you did this
Wait,
in
what did I
game. You asked
Oh.
him for the memory so you
I
could
did.
do a thing
I
on
did.
Storm
You're right, I did.
Giants. So that is something that was your purpose back then.
Guys, we're
That's
such
right.
big brain gamers.
I
Let's
know.
go.
Why am I so smart?
God, I'm so great.
God, past me was so smart.
Let's make our way to the war room and see if they're willing to part with anything that was collected from the upper echelon.
Agreed. Let's go.
I agree.
Shall we?
Wow. Present me forgot all about that.
I didn't.
It's been a while.
It
Yes,
has been a long
I
time.
forgot you can do your tracking thing for storm giants because of the way we did it.
Yeah.
That's so clever.
That's amazing.
Such a good plan.
Yeah, I'm surprised I thought of that.
All right. So you're going to the new war room? Is what you were?
Yes.
What is this character
We're going to
You're a ranger.
see if they're willing to part with anything.
Yeah. Well,
Or
as you
make
guys
trades.
walk up the stairs, you can see the busyness of the city start to come underway as the walls are making some progress today. You're able to see many more buildings in the back that went untouched. You can see some beautiful stonework mixed with glass in certain areas. A lot of that elven architecture fills the whole city, like you guys have seen in the pictures on the map. You can check out yourself of just the beauty of it. There's a lot of ruins, though, on the first level. It seemed like all the way leading up to the King's Chamber as well, things were decimated. Places were broken down, set on fire, destroyed. But when it comes to like the outskirts of the city and like a lot of the other sections and thoroughfares, they remained untouched, thankfully, by war. And there are some pretty interesting places that look beautiful with their integration of nature into the artistry of the stonework and of the glasswork that makes up this place. Coming up onto the war room, you're able to see this wonderful archway. Is this the archway one? Let me just double check. No, this one is more towers. So they have more of those lines. So as you go up, and you get that little sense of vertigo because of how high these continue to go up. But on second level, it's not hitting you hard yet. But you're going up these stairs that were once covered in bodies that are no longer, at least this section of it, they're doing a pretty efficient job taking turns and making sure people are just constantly on point with the cleanup. But they're trying not to burn out their soldiers as well.
Delphina's just cleaning everything as she goes. Her hospitality mode is kicking in.
On the second floor, like, you come over to another section that is like raised, and I would like underneath it is curved out in an archway, so there's a whole like block and city below it, but above it it's like flat, basically like you would cement all the way over the top, and that's where there's these towers and more archways and more stairs to go up into the tower, which makes you go like, is that the third or is it the second floor? It's the second floor, but we're gonna go upstairs again. So you get a lot of these layers to it. They really loved building upward on here and toward the sun. The rooftops on almost everything is got green tint to it all, and the place seems well guarded, but it seems like a lot of the soldiers have been reassigned to save the castle versus deal with the new war room. People are still moving things in. You can see like more chairs being lifted by some soldiers into this place, as this is their new base of operations, as the old war room was destroyed on the first floor. So you approach here, and you see a bunch of guards standing in front of the stairway that would lead up into where they're bringing the chairs and all the materials.
Were we already here before, or were we meeting with Brian?
This is different now. This is not the same place you
Okay.
met with Brian.
Okay.
That's why they said the new war room. The old war room was pretty messed up, and where you met with Brian was a temporary war room that was meant
Yeah.
for this morning because
Okay.
of the most urgent matters.
Hail.
Hey, well, what business do you have?
We are the adventurers that were fighting alongside King in the battlefield. We were just coming. We're about to head out on a mission to try and recruit some allies. Deep into the woods and the mountains. We were wondering. We were going to inquire if any of the magical items confiscated during the battle, they might be willing to part with us to help our mission.
I don't think it's very likely that anything we can spare at this point, but there might be a point of interest. Corin has just returned, and I'm sure some of the generals might want to have a word with you all, so follow me. And he takes you up the stairs, taking your story at face value, and you end up inside
Nice.
the the area. They must be confident in their skills to kill you. As they get in, they get into the area. You're able to see what looks like it used to be a dining hall of sorts that is completely being repurposed as a war room sort of thing. Windhelm, what's his name's room, Ulfric Stormcloak's room, but no blue in here at all. And the floor is all like wood floors, and the sides are all more tiles. But they are putting up some of the maps of note and of interest across the long table here, and you can see multiple maps and strategies, and other commanding officers of the surviving army are all surrounding the table. You see Corin there, many drows still all covered in stuff. Inside here, most of the lights are blocked out, so it's just lit by lanterns, basically, all throughout this place. So that light is also of a greenish tint. When you look closer to the lanterns, you're able to notice it's glowing fungus, stuff you would find underground. And so most of the drow that are comfortable enough have taken off their hoods and their stuff so they can act normally here. They have their dark black hair, some have nice white hair in there, but one in particular catches you by eye is a gold and brown looking elf or drow creature that is talking to Corin right now as they're pointing at places on the map. It has long hair and seems to have feminine elf look to it. Is it feminine? Yes, feminine elf look to it, and it has all these like beautiful engravings on this armor that is also of this gold variety. It is quite noticeably different than all the rest of the.
Just like me.
Yes, you are very different from your group. Yes, what doesn't belong? Exactly. Exactly.
Me with all my shining purple.
Yes, exactly.
Fucking weirdo. Are they speaking in Elvish?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Well, give me a perception check. Like you got or insight to hear them. Perception. It is perception. All right. Yeah.
Perceptively
Yeah.
insightful. I rolled a whopping 4. Hold on.
19.
19. You speak Elvish? Oh yeah, you're half elf.
Yeah.
Or
what
what
else?
elf? What elf?
11.
Oh, it's me. I'm so embarrassed.
11.
You can't really make out much
Don't
because
care.
of the chinking in the armor. In here and all the movement of everything at a 19, you're just getting bits of places. You're hearing names of places as they're pointing at stuff. That's all right now. As the one, there was 2 with you, guards. One was behind the group, one in front of the group. He goes forward over to Corin and informs him that you guys are there. He gives a look to, shuffles over. Corin looks up from his map and he goes, nods you guys back over, and he waves the group over again as you approach him. So, you returned from the Valkyrie. Did you find anything of use?
We
Unfortunately, nothing.
Yes.
Well, in her opinion, there was something, but she was. I mean, all of her materials, her weapons, her items, everything had been destroyed in the attack
Well,
from that creature.
we found out she was dead, which was quite
She
nice.
was very much dead.
That is the best news I could have heard. Lord Lucan, this is the group of adventurers that ended up saving us in our affair. We are in great debt to them, and they promise not to fail us. Just a quiet nod.
inside check.
The nod?
What's he thinking? Like, what does her face indicate?
Give me an insight check. All right.
You're so good at
21.
this.
She's busy.
She's deceiving me.
It's pretty stone-faced.
Hard to tell.
You can tell that she is trained very well to hide emotion. But that roll let you know she was trained. Otherwise, you would have had no idea. You rolled really well, but this is somebody that is very used to the courts of the politics of the world.
Interesting.
I don't know. What are you again? You're human.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Ari, you can make a history check to recognize what she is. Maybe.
She's an elf.
Appears to be an elf.
Oh, yeah.
Harry knows his lore.
Natural 1
Oh.
for.
Doesn't even cross your mind. Don't even
Doesn't
care.
matter.
That's an elf. It's a shiny elf.
I'm proficient in history.
You're not, you liars. You can't do it.
Okay.
All right, continuing. Well, that's very good to hear. What can I do you for here?
We were hoping.
We were. I mean, our plan is to go on a quest to try and find the storm giants and see
Yes.
if we can recruit them to the war effort.
Mm-hmm.
We were looking to just inquire if any of the magical items or however many you would deem worthy, if we could perchance take possession of them to help with our mission.
That's a fair request, but unfortunately, most of the other houses have already claimed anything we could have salvaged. The lords have a right to it, as they are going to be on the front lines, especially they are moving their troops right now to Pinman to free the dwarves, and they're going to need every advantage they can. The other elf, Lucan, Lord Lucan looks to you all, and you hear, if you're looking for magical items, I would be happy to trade some items if you find something dear to our war effort that was lost on your travels. We are exceptional, my house, in enchanting and the enchanting arts. We were infiltrated by spies, and when the day of retribution came, when these spies made themselves known and reared their ugly heads and cut down many of our soldiers and sabotaged our war effort, they stole something precious to us. It is a palantir. We need this orb returned to us. We imagine it is with the Cobalt Alliance in some shape, way, or form. It is a pure black orb, and typically used inside a canister that resembles a claw. Think of eagle's feet and have them widespread all the way around its talons. If you can locate this, we would be happy to help any of you with your armors and enchantments when the time was most convenient to all of us. And that typically is as soon as possible to kill the kobold wolves.
Is this the only item, or is this just the most important?
This is by far the most important. The Palantir can show us many things we need to destroy the kobold wolves. It was not theirs to take.
Do you have any leads?
As best we know, the Ouroboros took it. They left their mark, and whoever their leaders are most likely keeping it under lock and key. If I had to give an educated guess, it would be inside Lian Zhao.
That sounds familiar.
It's on our laundry list.
Yeah. Lian Zhao where the like allies and the dwarves are being
Yeah,
held?
it's on the east side, isn't it?
No, get the map up.
It's south of us. It's like southwest or southeast. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So the
Lian Zhao's here.
free the trapped
Pinion's
allies.
up here.
Okay, so
Pin.
I think
pretty far south.
they were trapped. They were dwarves and clockwork
Yeah.
soldiers.
Gotcha.
Clockwork is trapped in Lian Zhao. The dwarfs are trapped in Pinman.
Oh, the dwarves are pinned. Okay.
If only we
So
got
Lian,
both at
but
the same
Lian Zhao,
time.
I remember, was heavily fortified. So the plan was to try and get a lot more allies and
That is how it was. Taking
Supporters
Lian
to try
Zhao
and-
is a tall order from what you all
That's why we need
gather.
giants.
That's why we're getting the giants
Oh.
first.
Exactly.
Because they're tall.
Yeah.
yes.
And they throw rocks real good.
Do they?
Okay.
Really good. Real good.
Oh, Emily wanted me to
Kill
have
everyone.
Delphina pick up a medium breastplate from that big old pile.
Mhm. Easy.
Also, we want Timcom.
Rejected.
And no.
Denied.
No.
Is killing it somewhere else right now.
He probably is.
Oh.
Good old Timcom.
There's medium breastplates in the pile, but not studded leather.
It's
Oh my-
normal. It's just normal armor, whatever it is. It's not like +1. It's not nothing. It's just normal armor.
Well, there's different scales of armor.
I know that. There would
Breastplate is like the best medium armor without disadvantage on stealth checks.
Yeah, it bumps her AC up from 13.
It's 400. It's 400 gold base price.
So then there probably wouldn't be breastplate. There'd probably be yeah. There's half plate, breastplate, scale mail. There'd be breastplate. There would be breastplate.
Okay.
Sure. You want breastplate? You can have it if you want, punk.
Okay.
Ha-ha!
Um,
Does she have a shield? Yeah, she's a shield. Okay.
Still not delivered. Okay, they got 10 minutes to deliver the map. It's punks. USPS.
Post office sucks, dude.
They do.
all right.
This is the bomb.
All right.
Is it House Lucan? Sorry, we're not familiar with the names of the northern houses.
My name is Lucan, but this is House Raven. We are one of the remaining northern houses. We were much more fortunate than the southern houses.
So that is one thing we could work towards, but I think that's gonna be an adventure for a later date. I don't think we're gonna be making any moves against Lian Zhao in the next couple of days.
That would be incredible, but you never know. A small strike force came in here and stole our Palantir. Somebody could always sneak into there. And you see, Corin, I wouldn't get the Storm Giants first. Don't die in Lian Zhao. As much as I appreciate our goodwill here of Lord Lucan. Let's just
One step at a time.
let's count our good fortunes, all right? As he gives her a look.
Fucking guy.
Where might we speak with some of the other houses? Because for all I know, they might be willing to offer similar offers.
I know of work. Two of the northern houses majority of the eastern houses are awfully excited to be going back east to try and take their homeland back. They would be getting organized down in the barracks. That would be on the first level. If you guys are interested in talking to more of the northern house, Brian's house obviously lives here, and some of our eventers are looking for help as well, if you guys are looking for help. And that's probably the biggest orders right now would be for the houses of the east and north that are looking for aid right now. The south houses sadly no longer exist, and the western houses were brutally murdered by the stone giants, most of them. And then whatever's remaining is just assimilated into the northern houses at this point.
Where was devastated by stone giants?
The western
Uh,
houses.
Western.
Western houses.
We killed the traitors.
Would I know the town that was
You didn't
closest
kill
to
the
where I
traitors.
lived?
Oh, we will.
We really killed the traitors.
Sorry, what, Ryan?
Would I know the town closest to where I lived?
Sure. You would definitely know because you'd go in there and be like, I have food. And they'd be like, yeah. Are we going to trade? And you're like, dropping it down in your younger years.
Yep.
His social skills have come a long way.
So Zang
Thank
would be one of your closest town in
Zang.
Bro Rough. It's Bro Rough.
Bro, that's rough.
Bro.
Well, that's what it's called,
Rough.
apparently. Thanks, RNG generators. Bro Rough. Yeah, there's no way around Bro Rough, man. It's BRO Rough. You're not going to fancy that one out of this.
It could also be pronounced Broro.
There you go. We'll go
Wait,
Bro Rough.
no.
Like
Too
almost
late.
like
You guys
Bro
can call it Bro Rough. But Bro
it's
Rough is
Bro Rough.
another name.
Yeah.
It's Bro Rough.
Alright. So Zang and Bro Rough would be two towns you would know.
What is the fate of Zhang in the surrounding area?
Zang was caught up in all the giant wars that were happening. If anything, they might still be under the oppression of the stone giants. All their fields, they were a massive farming town, as you might know, and all their supplies have been utilized for the Cobalt Alliance effort right now. And it would be a priority to free them, as with
Add
many
to the
other
list.
towns that were taken. Your Skyrim missions just keep going.
I know, right?
Somebody keeps track of these.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Thank you for giving us the time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Anything to help the war effort is worth my time. Now, if you don't mind, we need to get back to planning.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Let's make our way to the observatory and
Yeah,
see
yeah.
what they
Alright.
have to offer.
You guys go up to the third level and you find the observatory guarded as well. And as you guys approach it, you see two like spears come over from the drow, and they're just. Can we help you?
Don't we have that like magical thing that Brian gave us that recognizes us as ally?
Yeah, but like normal soldiers can't go to these places. These
Yeah.
are like they've had spies murder their most trusted. So
True.
they're all on hard edge. Like, yeah, sure, they're not killing you right now, but like, hey, it's like, hey, I got the staff shirt, right? It's like, where the fuck's your badge? All right, let's calm down a bit. All right, if you're meant to be here, we have no problem.
Hello. We are the we were the group of adventurers that fought alongside the king in the battle. We were informed we might be able to find a way to give a helping hand here in the observatory.
One moment. And one of them goes into the observatory. It looks like this beautiful greenhouse of sorts, but it has lots of bubble domes to it, and you can actually see a telescope that comes out of it. Cool. And there is a very clockwork feel to it, but all like instead of the brass that we were used to in the other campaign, here it's all this like elven white and green. It's very. They care a lot about magic in this city. There's a clear effort on the architecture here. As a few moments pass, there's some nervous. You can hear the shifting of stuff. The other drow just looking at you guys, counting the numbers like, I can't stop this.
How does he look?
He looks fine. He does look fine. They do seem to have put strong, healthy guards guarding their observatory. The door opens, and the guard returns with a familiar face, one of the sworn that was by your side fighting in this war effort, sees you all, recognizes you, and says, yes, that's them. That is definitely them. They can come in.
Hi.
Welcome. Brian has assigned me here today to make sure to guard some of the most important people in our war effort. I would advise you of the most political candor that they are having a rough day. And they are not the nicest of people. But if you want to see them, be my guest. As she is walking you guys toward the area, you can start hearing these shouts echoing in the background. You hear some like things being thrown across the room. Well, if you knew how... In Elvish. You're hearing this in Elvish. Those who speak Elvish. If you did the equation properly, it would have fucking worked, wouldn't it? You're questioning my equations? Are you... Where are the runes on the walls right now? Where are they? You're hearing this shout back and forth. You get a little closer. He's like, how dare you, Barrow, use that tone with me? You know that cuts me deep.
Now, player asking DM.
Yes.
What kind of indication did we get of the kind of stuff that we were going to get here? Like the type of tasks.
They were. I think this was where like the engineers, the experimentalists were.
If you were looking to help, earlier he just like they could use help for maybe something.
It was like they might be able to give us cool stuff if we help them out.
Yeah.
Experimental crossbow? Sign me up.
I'm in it. Let's go. Anyway, just you wait.
Oh yeah, let's go.
You guys, who approaches as the two of them are arguing in Elfish?
I will approach slowly, raise my hand, and just say hello in Elvish.
They stop and they look at you. One has like more beakers in his hand and like vials of colors that he's about to chuck, and the other one is just tense and looks over. Are we giving fucking tours today? Hello?
I indicate to the sworn next to me, and I go through the same spiel like, hi, we were the group of adventurers that fought alongside Brian on the field of battle. We were wondering if we might be able to give you a helping hand if with anything. We're looking for ways to help.
Look, Gilthar, some people care to help one another. Yes, I could use your help because I have none here.
And it's funny, who speaks Elvish? Is it just Bellona?
Yeah, I don't.
That's hilarious.
Nobody else knows what the fuck is going on. They just hear yelling
That's amazing.
in Elvish.
You both see like the sworn is so done with this shit.
Oh my
like,
God.
is so begrudging. If Brian had not asked, anywhere but here, she would be.
A real honor she bestowed on you, huh?
Yeah. So, all right. Well, great. Come over here. As he puts the beakers down, his hand still shaking, and you see Barrow look over, just like, I could use your help too. Just fine. I'm all about help. Help here, help there. I don't have help here. Fuck it. He comes over. All right. What are you two here for? What are you good at? What do you do? This one clearly good at hunting and tracking. That one's useless. Big, he can fight. See, I'm a master of deduction here. Oh, I bet you are, Barrow. So much deduction going on in this beautiful mind of yours. Why don't we look over at your experiments over there? You look at a pile of just like broken shit.
No.
You're like, how did that go today, huh? Wasting our precious resources on pipe dreams.
Well, we're
You see him go
actually
over and take a little bottle and uncap it. As he puts something down, he swirls it around his mouth.
Well, we're planning to
These are
make
all
an
drow, too.
expedition. We're planning to make an expedition west to try and recruit the storm giants to the war effort.
His eyes light up. And the other one, you see a little scowl.
If there's any, I mean, if there's any, we'd be readily available if there's any materials you would need gathering for your experiments, or
He stops you talking, just claps your mouth where you can't talk anymore. It's like, this is divine intervention, Darrow. I didn't even have to ask.
Is this still in Elvish?
Yes, it is. Damn it. Why would he speak in
I'm
non-Elvish?
gonna clear my throat really loudly.
What? He's completely ignoring you. Barrow is not. He sees your cue, and he's like, you're making our cats very uncomfortable. He's like, uncomfortable? They have just come by divine intervention to go get us materials that we sorely need. He looks over to the thing again. You see there's like a little another like spark comes out. You see him like.
Not all of us speak Elvish.
I'll switch over to common. That's true. I was trying to put you a little bit in a better mood.
They look back to each other. What the fuck do I care if he can speak Elvish or not? You're saying this in Elvish. I don't have to speak with illiterate folk.
I can translate.
Just very begrudgingly.
This is Gilther this time, and you see Barrow. No, I think we should speak in common. He's speaking in common right now. I think it would be a healthy exercise, don't you, Gilther?
Oh my God.
To test out the mightiest of your long abilities that you love to tell me all about. Isn't that right, Gilthor? Monsieur. In Elvish, I don't think I need to belittle these people with my capabilities. Oh, I think you do. I think you do. I haven't heard you speak common in quite some time, Gothor. You see this another deadlock is happening right now.
I don't think one of them speaks common.
You can see they're just glaring at this point. In Elvish, Gilthar turns to you. I am looking for a very, very rare item that, fate would have it, storm giants love to accidentally produce whenever they zip off into the skies. We are looking for a piece of glass material. It is a blue material and translucent. And if you were to twist it side to side, you would see a green and purple liquid inside it. We want as much of that as possible, because I believe we're on a breakthrough for a very valuable weapon that I would be happy in return to outfit some of you with. And all those.
Well, that's perfect. I mean, we're looking to make our way out towards them, and we were hoping we could have some sort of interesting compensation for any task you might have, something, any equipment, supplies, something along that. And we were informed that you might be able to help us.
Well, I would say if you get us this, And I'd say if you find any strange powders that might be left inside any of the caves of the giants, of varying qualities, if you see white powders or especially purple powders, those might be of use as well as some of the erosion on the glass at times gives off these powders that can be used for also other means. So if you get us those, we would definitely be able to outfit you with something that would be more than a little better than the common weapons you all might use. Even magical weapons, if you're so lucky to have some of those, these would probably put them to shame. And you see Barrow, awfully confident in your designs, aren't you? In common.
Oh, thank you for that.
I am more confident in my designs when I get to decide how they work, as he points over to it again. And it's just every time he's like, are you doing that? Why does it, every time you move it, it moves? Are you sabotaging my stuff? Because that is a grand offense. I will report to the king. I am not as petty enough to not stoop to those levels. I don't need to. Your intellect is enough to prove your uselessness.
Is this something you both wish, or is it Barrow?
Yes, my name is Barrow. Yes.
I mean, do you have do you have anything of your own request?
Get the same stuff, but give it to me. you see Gilmore. No, you won't. He came here for me through divine intervention, and he will give it to me because I will know what to do with the material properly.
Are
Shouldn't
you making the same
work on them
thing or something
together?
We at a time we once did.
I feel like if you put your minds together, it's just for the benefit of the North.
He's not one for therapy. That's Barrow
Okay.
too.
Okay. Out of curiosity, would you have anything available to outfit us with before we go to help our endeavor?
He starts thinking. The other one's like, "This isn't a merchant shop." But I could probably make no. As he leans over, starts looking around and stuff. And he starts hitting tubes and stuff. No, that won't help them. This won't help them. You see him just quietly walk over, and he just starts tinkering away at something.
Oh my god.
What is? Oh,
no.
I love it when the dice work.
Oh no.
Guilford rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
and
no.
the other one rolled a nat 19. Let's go! That's terrific.
Gilthor, no.
Gilthor's looking for stuff. He's like, oh, shit. No, everything's just in the middle of production. And you see Barrow. He comes over with this little compass. And you see him come over to his machine, and he takes a little bit of it, and you see couple drops of some liquid come out. The thing glows, and you can see this purple green glow inside this compass he seems to have, but this liquid material feathers around and almost like the same purple and green, but the glitter that gets everywhere it basically looks like glitter all the way inside there, inside the water, and it's a little like sand component as well. He comes over to you. This will give off a faint glow, brighter one. It tends to, with the materials, when you bring it close to something, it has magnetic attraction, so it will also pull you a little bit. But have you ever used magnets? Any of you?
Yeah.
Do you know what a magnet is?
Yes.
Are they still speaking?
Well, let me check.
No, this is Barrow.
Oh, yes.
Let me
He's
make
talking
a
common.
check for it.
Let me make an intelligence check to see if I've used magnets or know what they are.
All right. Are there magnets on a TED?
We're about to find out, aren't we?
16.
16. Oh, yeah, that's right. From a TET, yeah. You've seen parlor tricks of people levitating stuff with bricks that were described as magnets.
That's right, I have.
And that is as far as some people normally got with magnets. Normally, dwarfs would talk to you, actually, with 16 about magnetic properties. That was something to keep in mind. With smithing and enchantments also deal with certain stuff, but that was
I mean,
Yep. Give a fuck about
Yup.
that stuff.
I've used compasses and I understand the mechanics of how they work. I've never
Perfect.
really.
So it's not going to be a strong attraction, and Gilfor is like, no, no, no. Ah! He's trying to grab something, just drops and just crashes on the ground. Yeah! It's just like he's completely ignoring him. He's unfazed by this.
Casting mending on the thing. Broke.
All those water spills, but the glass tube comes together. That's a minor win. That's a minor win. As he's putting it back.
Minor win.
So if you get close enough to it, you can tell it's the real thing because you'll feel a faint attraction to it, and it will give off a fainter glow. The particles of this material in particular, the more they clump up together, the brighter they glow.
Okay, so it'll help us identify the material we're looking for,
Yes, and then I will make you something incredible.
and then
He hands
okay.
you the glow compass.
Loc.
The glow compass.
Just write down glow compass.
Yeet.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm writing it down.
custom made.
Airy.
I'm writing it down.
Thanks, fam.
The glow compass.
This is a question for Belfina.
Sure.
Is there a big tree nearby?
There's tons of trees.
Okay,
There is
there-
a gigantic tree in one place,
Okay.
but there are plenty of other large trees around.
Are there any large plants near an area that would be convenient to maybe possibly teleport through? I don't know.
Yes.
Right.
There would definitely be trees like that here, but you don't quite have access to. You can try going to it right now, but it is a very religious symbol here, and you guys will have to go talk about it. You can't just get to it right now.
Well, no. She can teleport through trees.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Like
you.
any tree.
Yes, I know.
Let's-
I know the spell. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
she's small as fuck, so
Okay.
she can go.
She
through.
also needs a destination, though.
Yeah, I know. Which is what I'm trying to accomplish here is we can get a
So we can
destination
teleport
tree so
back.
we can come back
Yes.
rapidly.
No, I mean a place. Oh, to
Yes,
come
yeah,
back
no, he's-
here.
he-
I mean,
I-
it can be any tree as long as it's big enough.
Yes.
Yeah, which
But
is-
you got big ass Mosnell. So
Is
that's
it-
why I said with the Mosnell tree, there is. I mean, if you look at the fucking map of the Everwood, there's a gigantic blue tree on your map.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's probably something to that.
Probably.
You'll find it
Who
out.
knows?
Delphina's probably like, hey, we should go check out the tree I can see. And you guys are like, yeah, we'll do that today.
That's a good idea.
Does this compass have a range, or is it just like a within touch distance identification of the object?
It's got a very small range.
Okay.
The magnetic field will be touch distance. The glowing will be about probably 5 to 10 feet.
Okay. So it's if we think we found it, it'll be helpful, but it's not gonna. When we're walking in the middle of the forest, it's
That
not
was a
gonna
6th level
tell
spell
us.
they had to burn. She must have something special then.
Look at the components. There's no monetary component.
1 round. Oh, but it's a 6th level spell.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was saying. She has a limited number of 6th level spells.
Yes.
Yeah. No, she can do it. Okay, I'm with you now. I thought you were like, cantrip time. I'm like, no.
It is a 6th level spell, but it
Yeah.
doesn't cost anything to
Yes,
cast.
yes.
It's
yes,
crazy.
yes. Yep. No, we're cool.
You're crazy.
All right.
Good looking.
I'm used to being a cleric and everything's like 250 gold worth of incense.
Yep.
But why?
But why
Because you need to commune with your god.
I
Your
do.
power.
Well, that sounds like a plan. Guilford
Alright,
here
well-
sucks, in case you're curious. And
Well, thank you for your time. This will be helpful. We can
thank you.
take down 2 tasks at once.
That'd be terrific. I'd really appreciate that. Shut him up. You see Guilford. I beg you, please bring it to me, and we will not have more accidents like that one, and we will actually get somewhere in the war effort.
Well, if we give it to you both.
This worries me. As everyone leaves, and you see him thinking about this, and you see the sworn's like, I think that's about enough. I think I need my daily 5 minutes of fresh air from these guys. As you guys get pushed with, shoved out.
Airy,
Yes.
what is
So
a magnet?
sorry about that. Oh wait, a magnet? Oh. I thought you were gonna ask for an explanation with all the elements.
That too. But I heard magnet and I thought I'd start there.
Okay.
Look at him go.
So a magnet is basically, so you think of a rock or more of a metal, and two metals of this type can sometimes have an attraction, so that they'll like you know how gravity works, where object is up and high, and then it loses, like an apple loses its holding on a tree and falls down. It's attracted to the ground. But this can be in magnetism is.
And on that,
objects.
we're going to take a break.
Harry
as
tried
Harry
to
starts
explain
explaining
magnet.
magnetism. All right, we'll take a quick break, about 5-10 minutes.
He has all the spells
All right.
at his disposal.
So you guys finish up there. Let me just see. You guys have been doing a great job.
Because I can't feel my face on with you.
Or at least you've been interested with so many things.
I have 10 cantrips. It's ridiculous.
You have 10 cantrips? Excuse me, sir. That's twice the amount that I have. That's so many.
That's more than twice the amount I have. I have a whopping 4. Like a normal
Did you
Wait,
take
how?
magic initiate yet?
Yeah, I think so. That
How do you
sounds
have
right.
10 cantrips? We're level
'Cause
12.
he's a god.
Let's see.
Because he's
From
optimized.
Spell Sniper.
Oh my god.
What else? I think
Luke's-
it's just.
He's a
I have
perfect playtest
one
of
level in
ban things
cleric.
later in the next campaign. It's just the best.
Eric
Whatever-
Kokras? No.
No Eric Krokras, whatever feat he picked, any Gloomstalker build. Like I can just
Wow.
I can just find all the things.
Luke, don't play anything paladin related, please. I beg of you.
I'm kidding. The thing is, whatever Luke
Wow.
does, he now gives me the ability, because I never knew what it was, to be like, oh, I'll just put 4 of those against them now. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Luke. I can make 7 Zephs. Sure. It's right here. It's easy. It's so easy.
It's in the manual.
It's in Luke's
So I have-
manual.
I have 5 cantrips from Wizard.
Yeah.
I have 3 cantrips from Cleric. I have 1 cantrip from Spell Sniper, and I have another cantrip from. I guess that's my Cleric domain.
You monster.
Yeah.
I didn't know you
So
were
it's
fire.
5 for
Yeah, you
1.
got that
Oh
death.
my
Just use
god.
the
That doesn't make me
So
feel as
that-
bad then.
Death domain.
Yeah. I won't have to deal with a level 20 wizard. That's great.
Yeah.
Level 17.
It'll be
is
worse.
Still scary.
It'll just be slightly not as
Yeah,
horrible.
there it is. That's clear as day.
Clear as day? Cleric. There it is.
Yeah,
Raleigh Coldshire. There she is.
that's her in her face. I found a midi that worked really well for her too. A noble looking
Yeah.
mage woman midi without having to break the bank. So that's
Very
great.
nice.
I'll break
Better
your
one.
bank.
Watch.
Please don't.
She's gonna change forms now.
It's whatever. I can live with it. All right. So, you guys, as you all leave that area and start going down the steps, who's carrying the black box?
Oh shit.
Harry.
Give it to
Was it
Hunter.
me?
His characters always carry it.
Oh yeah.
Was it?
I don't think I was.
It might have been in the bag of holding. Let me check my notes.
That would defeat the
Well,
whole
it's
fucking
not
purpose
me.
of having it.
Yeah, it sure would. Seems like something I would do.
I think I gave it to you, Olgo. I gotta be honest.
I have it.
Is it in the bag of holding or on you?
I think it's
Yeah,
on
I think
him.
it's on you too. And I'm certain they would have explained it to you that if you put it in a pocket dimension, it would not work as intended.
Why not? This is weak magic.
Anyway, you you can feel it vibration from it.
Oh, guys, I think I got a text. I open it.
What's
What
a
is a
text?
text?
All right, Yeah, this is how he showed me.
Yeah.
And in front of you, you guys like all stop on the stairs as you're coming down right now, but not many people come up to the observatory, so it's just like it's totally fine, but also just funny to see this group just
What this?
as this hologram shows in front of you, and you see a familiar face of the person that gave you the black box at the mountain.
The one
He's-
who's,
it's Salem.
He gave us his name, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, but I'm getting there.
Okay.
I ease you into these things.
Thank
you. Before giving you a name. You can see just him in his outline. Greetings. We have received word here in Waterdeep that the North has not fallen. I think it is long overdue for us to try and reacquaint ourselves with the King of the North. We request, he says it right, not me, a meeting with the king as soon as possible, as the Black Staff would like to visit her in person to try and strike some alliance of our own, as it would seem the Kobold Alliance is done making friends. I hope you guys are involved in this, and you're not somebody else that saved the North. Just putting my guesses out there from the big guy that seemed to keep saying North every other word. If not, hope everything's going well. And don't forget, like, we should have some sort of alliance to prevent that Orla thing from happening. Putting it out there, probably really important. All right. Bye. And they,
How recent was that?
that was sent 5 minutes ago.
Oh. Well,
Do minutes
we're
function
not in
the
that
same
weird
as this world?
magic.
Except you wouldn't really know
distorting
that.
thing.
It just went off it went off for the first time.
okay.
It's not backlogged or anything like that.
Okay.
Do minutes function the same as in our time now?
I don't know what that means.
Are minutes
time
the same?
Should we go talk to Brian about that?
I'm not sure if we should talk to Brian directly. She is pretty weak. Although,
how about I go? I think.
He's got,
You know,
yeah, Masno's got a good relationship.
You know,
with
from
He's got
from the
some rapport.
north, we kind of,
right.
if we feel like there's too many people.
It's literally just a hey, the Black Staff wants to teleport out here and say hi. Is that cool?
I think she would definitely want to know.
Yeah,
About
I
potential
agree. I was
allies.
just going to suggest that we talk to one of her sworn, or somebody near, so that she could rest. But if it's
I mean,
just
we could like stop outside
do
the encampment and like talk to them because they're not gonna let us just walk in probably.
Yeah, we'll see what they say.
If this game is a lesson about just walking into places of importance, I feel like you've learned it by now.
I feel
Well,
like
let's at least
yeah,
go in that direction. Do we know where she is?
yeah,
Yeah,
were just
you-
there.
Yeah,
would have an
down in the temporary. It was
Yeah.
like in the near where all the makeshift hospital
The
was
old
and
war room.
everything.
Yes.
Right.
Well, it's
It was the temporary.
it's a
war.
temporary war room, but we have so many war room names.
Classic.
will.
War Room version 1.5.
It was the field hospital.
Yes.
Yep. Let's go.
All right. So the group travels down there. You guys approach the area.
All right, so Majno, what are you going to tell the king when you approach her? I need you to rehearse with me. Make sure you're not going to make a fool of yourself in front of your
Okay.
king.
No, this is good. All right. Well, I'll be Brian.
Everybody else here seems to just refer to her as king.
I don't think she likes that.
I mean, you can. That's very observant of you. Keep going.
How did she introduce herself to me?
Brian, the King of the North.
I'm sticking with Brian.
All right, trust your instincts.
And I'll tell her we got a message from the Black Staff of Waterdeep.
You don't know who the Black Staff is. You don't know who the Black Staff is.
They said it in the message.
They said the Black Staff wanted to see her, but like you don't know who that is.
I know.
Okay, I'm just
But
making.
He's just
Yeah, okay. Your tone made it sound like Mazel was like, the Black Staff wants to see you.
No.
I'm like,
No,
you're not
I'm just
fucking
going
who that is.
straight from the message.
Okay.
Black Staff, Waterdeep.
Alliance.
Hopefully she knows what that is.
Friends, hate the Cobalt Wolves. Seems like we're on the same team.
Yep.
All right, just you might want to build up some rapport. I just want to make you look as good as you can.
You've already got.
I appreciate it.
All right.
But if I can say, I think fighting in that battle made all of us look pretty freaking great. So, take
You're
that
not
as you
wrong.
will.
We
Yeah.
did kind of kick ass.
Ralia and I would have had great
At this
spoils,
point, I don't know if
too.
we need to
They
really
teleport
convince
away.
Brian of anything. I think it'll be the rest of the kingdom that we need to convince it.
Yeah.
necromancer, vampire.
You're not upset about that, are you?
Wait, who's the vampire?
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go up to Ari and look at his teeth.
They look pretty good, man. He takes good care of his teeth.
He's clean.
He's clean.
Mazel's hands are disgusting.
That was very invasive.
His
Okay.
hands probably tasted gross.
It's just dirt.
Does he wash his
Yep,
hands?
they did indeed.
Masno.
There's a lot of dirt, a lot of blood.
I'll even the playing field.
Just disgusting.
Guys, his teeth, they're pointed.
What? No.
Masno, I think
Were you bitten?
you're a vampire.
I can feel them, you idiots.
Oh, big win. All right, you guys get there. Good role play. You guys get there, and they see you. They recognize you because you have been here before. And Masno says he wants to try and go have a word. You wait your time. Sworn comes. Sworn escorts Masno to an area where he can. They stop him before, like you go past the tables, and then you go into a back chamber of sorts. But it's makeshift, and they just have like sheets thrown up, and you can hear Brian being like, "Are you kidding me? Just bring him back here. I'm not talking through a sheet." And they're like, "You're weak. You can't. I swear to the gods." And you see, all right, and bring him forth. And the sworn opens a curtain. And you can see Brian just like propped up in a bed right now. And you can see like all of her stuff's been taken care of her. She has like handmaidens as well, and all these like servants that attend to her. But you don't get the sense they're very much servants. Like the sense that this is very much an occupation they chose versus an occupation they were told to do.
They're doctors.
And they're very
basically.
enamored with like making sure she always looks great. And she's in this beautiful like bedtime nightgown outfit right now, and they're like braiding her hair, and you can see her just like her very short hair. They're like trying to do a braid around right now, and you can see her face is just like, I would like to be anywhere but here right now.
Hello, Brian.
Master, what can I do the visit?
Well, first of all, how are you feeling?
Like I cheated death, but instead was sent here. You see all the other ones just...
Well, I'm glad you still alive.
Me too.
So we received a message from the Black Staff of Waterdeep.
You see her like turn her head with her force, just eyeing you up. How?
Well, before we came here, we fought this demon thing, and after we killed it, we were talking to these other people who were fighting it with us, and they were like, hey, take this thing so we can be in contact with you, and just this black box thing, and they can send us messages in it. And we got one, and the dude said, the Black Staff.
Just keep talking, dude. Just keep going.
This is so good. You're so good.
Keep going.
You're the best at this game.
He said that the Black Staff heard that the North didn't fall, and they wanted to come here as fast as possible and talk about alliance, because they also hate the Kobold Alliance. So I think it's kind of trying to be friends. Something going on. Sounds good to me.
Her eyes light up, and she's like, we haven't had communication with them before the war. Somebody has been jamming any communications possible between us and Waterdeep's and other allies. It would seem you have been and sense a spy to infiltrate past the Cobalt Alliance into our arms. That is terrific news, and I think that's news enough to give me energy to. As he starts getting up there, no! And I was like, no! She's like, we have to see them, and you see them all like, no, there's no way, and you see her just being like easily restrained. She's like, we must meet immediately. This is of the utmost importance. We need an ally. The last time a Blackstaff was here was ages ago, and we had quite a disagreement. This is of the most importance. You see they're all just like looking very tensely, like now the whole room is completely changed.
It's only Mosnell back there, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Mosnell, you get the sense that like everyone here, besides like the servants and handmaidens, were completely able to understand what you were saying, and this seems like typical language that Northerners are used to. So even though you were like saying things, you're like, oh shit, like, oh man, I've done this before in Phadlin and other places, and it didn't come out so right. There was a air of ease and understanding where they were filling in plenty of
This
blanks.
is great. This is the best place ever.
Hard cut to Skoberheim on the map. It's the worst.
This place.
The worst. Well, we can send a message back to them. I think that's how it works.
That is not necessary. Call my Archmage right now. You see them. Oh God, God. Why are you here? Why did you do this? That's what their eyes are saying this to you. We just had her laying down. You can see like all these scrolls and papers are pushed off to the side. Like you see her now like trying to reach back up for it, and they're just putting her hands like, stop it, Brian. They're like, we will call for the Archmage. You see her immediately. Yes, King. Immediately. You see her to start walking out. You see Brian. I don't hear fast footfalls. You guys outside see a sworn sprinting out past you guys and going back up to the third level. Not towards the observatory side, but toward another one of the buildings out there. You see Brian. All right. I will concede that I am not in the best condition. And it would be a sign of weakness if they were to see me like this. I probably should have told Liza before she left to also get one of the inventors down here, because we're going to need one of their tools. I look to you, one of my dearest friends. You can see one of the sworn like, oh God, oh please. Pi, I'm going to need you to do that little trick you do. And you see her like, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a meeting with them. I will be able to listen, and I will be able to tell you what to say, Pi. Mazna, I trust you. I'm not sure I trust foreign kingdoms in allowing them at ease in here in a moment's notice. I would be more at ease if you trust these individuals, if you and your friends stood by while these individuals teleported here. I know exactly where the Blackstaff will be able to teleport. The Blackstaff of old used to make a habit of having our meetings at the Tree of Life here. I imagine that is where they will teleport in, so we should be waiting for them. At this, some moments go by as the conversation happens. You see Eliza coming down the stairs past you guys with an archmage. You see this drow in all these really intricate robes just flopping about, being pulled by the hand. He's like, no, I'm going to drop. It's like he has in his hand like all these papers that are like he keeps pushing back. He's just like, I was in the, and comes into the chamber, and the archmage is now there. Your king, or my king, and you see him, my king. I am at your service. Whatever is it that you need? As the pages, oh shit, this is like out of order. You see him. He puts it into his robe. I would like you to send a message to the Blackstaff of Waterdeep right now. You see him. we do that? Is that possible? I'm guessing there might be an opportunity if we got the message through today that there may be a chance that we could get a message through as well. She's very cheerful and optimistic, as the rest of them are like. We've seen this act. And you see oh, my king, anything for you? What would you like me to say to the High Wizard Blackstaff of Waterdeep? You see her before she starts. Oh, first, could you change Pi here into me? You see? What? You know, right? And he casts a minor illusion on her, and she now looks like Brian. Exactly. She has all the stuff to her, and she's about the same height anyway as her. And you see her look like Brian, but frowning. You can clearly tell there's a difference between Brian is always smiling, and this one has this totally like face on her right now. Thank you so much. I would have his name.
Pi hates this.
Aloro.
Aloro the Archmage. Kill him. Take his stuff.
How about you don't?
Take his brain.
All right. So what is it, my king? What you wish to tell? Tell the Blackstaff. This is a message from the King of the North. We wish to accept your request, and we would like to meet inside the Tree of Life. We can see you there at the top of the hour. Anything else? No. All right. He says the spell. They'll be here, but with some friends. And you see her, of course, that we wouldn't want the Blackstaff to come to a foreign kingdom all by herself. Well, Maznel, I will hope you will accompany and protect, even though she does not need any of your protection, but it will make her feel a little more at ease if those who turned the battlefield and fought by my side are by her side when the Blackstaff appears.
Of course, you can count on me.
Thank you. It's probably in about 15 minutes. Could someone go fetch me, before it happens, one of our dearest inventors, so we can have that wonderful device that allows us to communicate back and forth? And you see Eliza just turn and sprint out. She sprints out. You guys see her sprint out for the second time, and you're like, should we be concerned?
What is Mosnell doing?
This time going towards the observatory, coming back, giving to Brian a earpiece of sorts that seems to be of similar to the earring that you guys have seen, but it like goes in this way, and it's not an earring that hangs down. It's like
a
two
Bluetooth earbud.
but not so much Bluetooth. It's more like studs that go inside her ear, and then it just has like inside like an orb in between, hung by strings. So it's kind of think more jewelry that would be Middle Eastern, not so much a like I'm Mother McDonald's taking your order. it's a little more.
I think I'm familiar with this item.
I've heard of this item.
It's not the earring from. It's similar. It's similar to it, but you can't hear with that earring. They can't hear conversations to the person. This is different.
Okay.
And one's being given to Pi as well, and she has one in her ear.
Right.
So it's very much like those earrings, but added benefits.
Yeah. Right. That makes sense.
Okay. All right. So she goes. And is there anything else, Mosnell, besides this wonderful good news?
Nope. Just hope you're up and at 'em soon.
Me too. You guys exit the room. The 2 sworn leave with Pi, leaving only a few sworn with Brine. But on the way out, the sworn get message to send extra guards and soldiers up in their absence, as there's now 2 sworn with Pi right now. And she turns to you, and as you guys walk out and the whole group is there, she goes, "I will meet you in the garden of the Tree of Life in about 10 minutes. Please be there." And when she speaks, it sounds exactly like Brian. There is no magic to it. She just has a perfect mimicry of Brian's voice.
You made a quick recovery.
Yeah.
I wish. And she just starts going down the stairs in front of all of you. You all get a sense of like, whoa, that's not very, very Brian. No smiles. That was cold.
Wait, isn't there a thing where you can tell if it's an illusion or not? Is that like a wisdom to try and discern?
I'm going to tell them what happened.
It'd probably be Arcana, but he'll probably beat your checks, as you all clearly thought something was up. But Mosno explains to you all the idea in a tried to be hush, but in totally Mosno fashion, not as hush tone of what's going on and what the plan is. So you were all brought up to speed.
How did Brian look?
So, weak but resolute. Is that the right word?
Maybe we should make our way towards this thing, because I don't actually know where we're going. I imagine it's probably the big tree, but like, we don't know how to get there.
We
should probably go.
Brian.
You can still see her. She's only a few paces in front of you guys at this point.
Yeah,
So she's
maybe we shouldn't lose her.
We're going to the big tree. Let's go.
all right.
Okay.
All right, as you all walk towards it, you go past the temples and you find yourself more in a religious area. As you get past there, you can start seeing where the castle starts to merge into the Everwood Forest behind it. And it's so thick in there. It's pretty intimidating, even for Bellona, who's used to going through rainforests. This foreign, like, coniferous forest is it's a little too different for you. That you're like, I'm not as confident as that.
Probably like it.
But it also pine cone. but it gives you a challenge of like kind of exciting too. Yeah. You guys do walk through some areas that you see bears continuously walking in and out of, some that are armored up and walking, and then some that are de-armoring and going in, like drows are helping them de-armor. They're not doing it themselves. They're not bipedal. That's a good day's work. You get the sense that there's some of the animal houses and nesting grounds are all around here. The tree in front of you.
Does Belfina see any interesting animals that she hasn't seen before?
From where she lives, nothing too strange. Everything is just different species of birds. Yeah, everything is fucking weird to you. You like that is a strange looking bear. I've seen bears. Actually, in a rainforest, you probably wouldn't have seen a bear. So bears are weird. Those look like really, really big evil things you've killed. It's strange. The birds here, none of them have long beaks or really colorful as they are in the rainforest. They all look cold, and they all look like they're up to something. Yeah, for Belfina, she can make the connections being a druid, and it's a warm feeling of seeing very similar animals just in a different biome. Nothing too crazy right now, but you give her a nature check right now.
Nature check. I'm gonna use a different die. Oh, that's better. That's
Well
better
done,
die.
lad.
Nature as a druid, she has a +0.
Oh,
16.
What's wrong with you guys? Who
Because
kills these characters?
intelligence is a dump stat.
Luke, make our characters for
No,
us.
no, stop.
You won't know.
She gets a general sense that
I could make a
the
nature
whole area is just alive with animals, and nature. She is very much in a happy place. She's getting like when grass sends out those pheromones or hormones out in the world. She's just filled
That
with
fresh
that.
after rain
Yeah.
smell.
Yeah.
Oh, that nice. misty
So
dew smell.
you guys approach this area. You see Phi turn or Pi. Sorry, Phi is the other one. Pi turned to you guys and she says, "Well, the King of the North would like me. I would like you to know that everything is. We appreciate you standing here and being with me right now, and hopefully things will go well. If things don't go well,
We will.
well, Brian." She's yelling in my ear right now that things are going to go well, but in case they don't go well, we need to have a plan of attack. The Black Staff is very powerful, and we would then have to fight her and any of her guards she's brought with her. So if it comes to that, the key component is containing. We will have our Archmage watching on to hopefully dispel any magical attacks she may use on us. If they seem aggressive, they're going to be coming after me. So at the best to keep the charade up, pretend I am the King of the North, and any attack against me, you should treat like attack against Brian, and treat it as a offense on the kingdom and on our very existence. Because if Brian dies, we are in a world of shit.
Would you like one of us at your side during the proceedings?
Her eye right now is just closed. She's having trouble focusing for some reason. And you see, the swan will be enough to keep the ruse up for the Black Staff.
Okay.
She may even be able to see through some of these illusions, but it's enough to show the right steps of strength. I'm certain if the alliance goes through, we can explain things further, and she will be more than understanding of this situation. But we don't want any of her companions spreading words that the King of the North is disposed. Oh, she's not disposed. Oh. You all wait here for a little bit. The tree itself is beautiful. The trunk itself is different colors. You can see multiple trees have formed into one, and one of the drows start explaining to you the history behind the tree, that it's been a sign of nature, always finds a way to live on. And individually, these trees could not survive, but together they assimilated into something bigger than themselves, and they formed into this tree of life. And it's been a rallying point of nature's hold since it was founded, and people really like it.
Bologna also touches the tree.
It feels like a tree.
Fantastic. Mission accomplished.
My power grows.
Two of you looking up at the tree, and at that you see a teleport in, and you could see some glows go off inside the area of the castle, like up in some of the higher rises of them. You can see this blue glow emanate that lets everybody know that there has been a teleport in here. It's the first time any of your characters have ever seen any security device like this, but you now have a point of experience to know that people can track things like this. In front of you, you see a young-looking black woman with long hair that is like long up, but then comes short down to here. It seems like it's got a lot of up.
A lot of volume there.
Yeah, a lot of
Nice.
volume. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you so much. A lot of volume to her hair, but not so much length.
I happen to know a lot about black hair. Just so happen to know about that.
She's holding this staff with these intricate carvings all the way through it, and it's got like a hook to it. And very obviously, all of you can discern that is most likely the Black Staff.
Wow.
Uh,
named.
As a thing, I'm gonna put my hood up so it's not visible. This weirdly glowing, purple-eyed, tattooed elf.
That's a
person?
good idea.
Fucking freak.
That's a good idea.
The very magical looking person that looks very alien.
Low-key, like Double King, where when he goes inside the door and you just see his eyes in the darkness, Ari right now, the purple eyes just like slightly dimmer, as everything else is covered right now. She has this leather outfit on her of blues, and then you can see like cloth pants to it, but all of her jackets and the pouches, she has multiple leather pouches across her chest, and like a much similar to Eulyris's duster coat, but not as long.
Who's
it's a little
Eulyris?
shorter. I'm just saying
know.
for you.
Oh, you don't know.
For you, the characters. Oh, actually, yeah, you guys would know because you guys did meet Eulyris, so even that does well, except him.
She didn't.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm continuing. She's there, and by her side are 3 people in gray hoods. The 3 of them.
This one's Salem.
The 3 of them are on surrounding the black staff as you see her looking around. Whew. And you see a hood come off, and you guys recognize the short hair and cut of Salem.
Don't know him.
I know you don't yet. Everybody but Ralia and Bellona.
I smile and wave at Salem.
You see, they're facing the wrong way. They're facing Bellona. And in a moment, the 2 who are touching the tree right now, Bellona and Belfina, they're both on the tree, and you see him like, and he turns around and he sees Will's all waving. He's like, "That's them. That's them, all right. Ah, not a trap." Not a trap. I told you. I told you. Very keen. Excellent job. I can always trust on you, Salem. It's wonderful to meet your acquaintance, King of the North. Brian, I've heard so much about you. And all of them go to a knee down, and you see the normal frowning that you all were there for is the happy demeanor totally has this like
She's got her game face.
100% game face just got turned on right now. And all of you are like,
She did.
something. There's something about this you might want to ask.
She's done this before.
Yep.
Definitely done it.
You see them all. Oh, rise. Formalities, please. I appreciate them. But it is wonderful to finally meet you inside Nature's Hold. It has been quite some time, and I see you are the predecessor to the last Blackstaff I met. What is your name? I see. My name is Vera Blackstaff. It is nice to meet your acquaintance as well. I believe we have a similar enemy, I think would be the most blunt way of putting it. We have had many information that we would have loved to send your way, but we have been dealing with our own war front, if you are unaware. No, not at all. We are very aware of all the ongoings of the world to the best of our ability, besides the last couple months of being devastated by the Cobalt Alliance. But if you could give us any information, that would be a good first step in this alliance you're hoping to put forward. You see, Salem, yes, indeed. I would love us to have an alliance, and I think we could do some sort of symbol or name. I mean, what better than the tree of life here would probably be a great symbol for it. And you have any suggestions at names? I have one that pops to mind right now, but I mean, I wouldn't want to overstep my bounds, Your Grace. You can tell he's so stoked right now. He's so stoked. And you see her, I'm intrigued, please.
Oh, man.
We could call it the Everwood Alliance. You see her. Maybe.
Hey, you want to hear my next name? It's fire, I swear.
That seems a bit self-serving for the North, but I think we can at least agree on a alliance right now. Their intentions are genuine. If we share information and we devise a plan of attack, what would you have, Blackstaff? Why do you come here looking for aid of the North? Well, I come for aid of the North
for the same reasons you seek aid in the south. We are both hurting on this front, and you have proved the Cobalt Alliance is vulnerable. And that is a rallying point we can get behind. We have our share of adventurers we've run into, and some that are still within our realms of Waterdeep that would love to aid your services. And we're certain you would like to aid ours. I suggest open exchange of information and technologies. We have had quite an experience that only I would hope to discuss in the most private of quarters, of the depths of our enemies' weapons, their magical capabilities, and how we've developed technologies to combat them. We've developed very special groups to try and combat the Cobalt Alliance. You see, Salem, I have personally saw to it, as my duty since returning, to be informed about everything about undermining the Cobalt Alliance. And I can assure you, Your Grace, you're going to want these. You see, Brian, Excellence, what do you ask in return? Well, besides the exchange of information, I would suggest a meeting of our armies. The goal, obviously, Tendorf. If we could eventually lead to a siege of Tendorf, our two armies meeting up there would probably be a death sentence for the Cobalt Alliance. That's no easy task, though, because we have many miles of territory to push through and to try and conquer. I believe if we could have an open line of transportation, we would be able to shift forces seamlessly like we once did in past lifetimes. You see a smile to Brian's cheek. You speak of a time far in the past. Not quite like your predecessor, I see. I'm sure he has plenty of words for you. If you're suggesting we reestablish our teleport circles with Waterdeep, I would be interested. You see them, the smile, and you can see like an ease with the Waterdeep people there. All right.
This is going great.
So glad we didn't try and kill each other.
May we suggest establishing the teleports as soon as possible to allow even more of our allies to arrive and aid in your defense of Nature's Hold. We right now have Waterdeep fairly fortified, and through, you see Vera through like almost like a bulge and a vein in her head where she's like breaking for a second. The formalities you're all watching. Strange circumstantial allies. We are in good shape right now at Waterdeep at keeping them at bay. But here we are worried about honestly losing an ally from a quick counterstrike. Some of the allies of the Cobalt Alliance we've had quite serious dealings with. We imagine we'll be making a move as soon as possible. It is in their style. You see, Brian, that is quite troubling. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. You see her turn come like this way, and you guys can choose to follow them, but there's a look of like, please fucking follow us in case a bunch of murderers come through a teleporter.
Yep, we're following. Well,
All right.
I will follow. I don't know. Who the fuck else is around?
The group starts going up the stairs. Some
Go
comments
for a walk.
are exchanged.
That way.
You guys walking, are you close or fair distance behind them all?
Within
Slightly
earshot.
far distance.
All right.
Within
Within
earshot.
range.
Earshot.
You start hearing
Well, that's pretty
pleasantries.
far for you.
Yeah,
Exactly. Unlimited range.
yeah. You're hearing pleasantries exchanged, talking about Waterdeep, some of their stripes of how they survived over this time, mentionings of brief altercations with some of the other people, a couple mentions of Minna and what's going on over there, and they'll talk about that more in detail as they get up there. It really puts the both look at ease because they're so freely exchanging information with one another. It appears that a trust was formed between desperate allies. That's something that is, again, like, they made it a point, too, to walk through a longer route, but a very public route that the Black Staff of Waterdeep is walking with the King of the North right now. And you can see soldiers just turning and looking and, like, hope just continuing to go up.
The morale.
As you guys enter...
Also seeing Brian walk. You know?
Yes, big time.
The morale.
Most people don't know Brian is injured either. They keep that on the low. They see a miraculous recovery already, and you're like, "That's our king, unbeatable." As you guys go up to the teleport area, you see the throne room that was crumbled and crushed. For places you're familiar from the fighting and everything, this place is still have some of the bodies, and they're still clearing stuff out, but it's a familiar area. And as you get in here, you can see a teleport pad and gravings. One's empty, and inside here you can see 11. There's one really big one in the middle, and then some smaller ones around for 12 total of these pads. And one of them still has runes from you guys, from Young Gook in Strongclaw. So as Brian is all smiles and folds her arms, you see the Black Staff look, and she looks for permission. She goes, "By all means." And she takes out some magic chalk, and you see her start etching some chalk first, and then you can see she puts aside some engraving tools as well as they start to build the teleport pad. Give me some perception checks as everyone files in here, and if you guys want to talk to Salem or anything.
I was actually gonna grab Salem.
All right.
Ooh.
That's my perception.
Oh shit. 26.
21.
Okay.
Or wait,
For perception,
yeah,
Yep.
27.
9.
total.
20.
I also got a 9.
Okay. Mazel and Raleigh are just talking right now. They're just catching up, getting to know each other. That's why they're more distracted. But what are you first talking to
Where did that?
Salem?
Well, let's do the perception check.
No. Salem's
Oh,
first.
okay. Okay.
But like
well,
the preliminary perception check to all of you is the place looks like you last left it. It's only been less than
Where we
24
came in,
hours. Yeah, this is where you came in.
I was gonna grab Salem and kind of in a bit of hushed voice,
Yep.
just kind of start saying, mentioning, so Salem, I know there's been a gap in terms of our histories being in the mountain, but I actually have a history with wolves.
You do.
I was very closely involved with them back in the day.
Were you aiding? You see him turn and sort of move over to the side, just like, were you a part of the Kobold Wolves back in the day?
Not really. It was more of an infiltration where me and a group of friends started running into them and decided we would try and do our best to dismantle them as much as we could. Quite a bit.
I like that.
The one thing I was wondering that it might be, I don't know how useful the information would be, is the leader.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody ever seen him before?
He makes quite a big deal after a bunch of individuals infiltrated Tendorf. I'm still reading through all the notes. We were in quite a rush today to try and get out here. This became the priority mission. But there seems to be something that caused him to come very public. We were able to recover documents and recover some artifacts, and it seems like Escott Grandier has made it his point to be known that he is going to be the Lord of Atul.
it's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, my information would be dated, but I might be able to convey something from.
Did you live in
the times
Tendorf?
Yeah, for about 4 years.
Could you draw maps? That would be of the utmost importance to know ways to infiltrate Tendorf.
Well, this is Tendorf. How long ago would
10
this be?
years.
9, 10 years at this point? Because it was 4
No.
years there,
No.
and then I got run out.
Yeah,
And
but
then I
but
pretty much went-
start of Phadlin was so it's
Was-
5 years.
So it would have been just a few months after I left Tengdorf.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be about 9 years out of date. So there may be
Well,
changes
9
to the
years
city.
from when
but
you first lived there.
yeah,
5 from when you got kicked out.
Yeah.
five from when I left.
Yes.
Yeah. So my information would be dated about 5 years. I don't know if there's been any changes to the city, but yeah,
Certainly.
I could absolutely show you all the nooks and crannies of that city.
I'm sure, but there's always a way in, and if you know the nooks and crannies, that will be of the most help because they can't know every nook and cranny of that city.
What are you throwing things for?
Well, that's terrific. That was Ari, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ari. He sees your eyes though, as he's like, "Was that?"
He's seen me before.
Yeah, but they weren't. Were they quite as? No, they weren't quite as bright, right? They got brighter when you fainted last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They weren't as
Yeah,
bright. In the
after-
mountain, they were less bright
After
than
the
they are
Valkyrie
now.
nonsense chase.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
it was-
After
it was when we-
Thanos snapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys didn't disappear.
I know. but that did happen.
That is, we might have technologies to help make that a little less obvious if you're interested.
Maybe. I mean,
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
I'm good at staying out of the eye myself. People don't notice me that easily.
It's a little ironic, and I think it's funny. But
Ironic because of the.
I also appreciate all you guys trusting in me and just our brief encounter. But battle has a way of doing that. You guys
You
should
said
visit
there was
Waterdeep sometime. It's a wonderful place.
You said there was a group of people that made a bit of a stink
In
In
Tendorf
Tendorf?
or Waterdeep? Because we have
in,
like
Tang,
a
in
lot.
Tangdorf.
Yes.
Who did that?
From what the records show, there was a couple people that defected from Tendorf, and at this time, I regret to say that I'm trying to get more information, as it happened 3.5 years ago. But the group of individuals, I wouldn't have their names. Some of
Weird.
them were defectors from Skoberheim. Some of them were defector from Tendorf. These individuals really put their lives on the line because they thought something wasn't right in this world. And that was truly a spark for me, even in my absence, for the group expanding, and then in my presence once again, for us to really steer this into a much better place. A mantra that we've adopted is to push back the darkness, because people won't stand by and let darkness consume them anymore. And that's what seemed to have swallowed up that city.
The name D'Angelo doesn't sound familiar, does it?
D'Angelo.
History check. Does he remember his reports? A little bit. He rolled all right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Part of a report. There might have been mention of a D'Angelo that ran with this group. I'm not sure. Was he an old acquaintance?
He was part of it.
He might still be living. I'm
If-
not sure.
If you have any more information,
Shut
I
the
would
fuck up, Ryan.
I would greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. I mean, when you're not helping the war effort here, feel free to help the war effort in Waterdeep, and we can get you any information you need on that.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh. All
You
right.
threw the hook and I chomped right on it.
Okay. As Blackstaff is doing chalking away,
Perception check.
everybody over the 20s, you start to see the Yongguk teleporter start glowing.
Young
Guys.
Gook.
Everyone get ready. Somebody's coming from the other teleporter.
At that, everyone just immediately, like, swords drawn. Blackstaff stops in the middle of what she's doing, has her staff out. Everyone is looking at the teleporter, and you see a light go off. And on there are two figures, one extremely large and blue. And you see it just shouting in a language no one understands.
What language? Is it Goblin or Infernal or Dwarvish?
Nope.
Darn it.
Is it,
You see these intricate markings all over this individual as it rears its head,
I have a spell.
and Mosnell recognizes Kane. As
Yes.
you see Kane, battered, cut, panic in his eyes, and he's looking around and seeing Mosnell here instantly starts to put him at a little bit of ease. And you see him like motion over Mosnell. Do you go?
Yeah.
As you come over, he shows a Eve here. She is missing an arm
Oh, shit.
and a leg.
Holy crap.
They are both cauterized, and her entire body is covered in bruises that are glowing purple. Very similar. And she has this to Eri and has this sweat all on her right now.
I'm gonna
immediately-
run over
I
and dump a potion of Readoff's potion of restoration down her gullet.
All right. Eri jumps on this and pushes it down Eve's throat, and Eve seems to stabilize a little better. And you can see Kane is very upset about this and very disturbed, and he's trying his best to remember his language with Mosnell, but he's a little rusty at this point, and he's just so panicked at the moment, and he's just, you're getting bits and pieces of like war, attack.
I cast
Eve.
tongues.
There you go. And as this is happening, you see, and then all of a sudden you hear, and then everybody's dying, and I just, and he just stops. Something changed.
Just keep going. You're good.
Eve just went down, and everything was happening so fast, and Mosnell, you begin to rage, as Kane begins to rage as well, and Eri, all of a sudden, you turn your head. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh,
What?
against whom?
I didn't have my battle spells. Come on, man.
20. I always have my
15.
battle spells on. You
I have like
fucking
I have
nerd.
like two. I have like two.
Worst cleric ever.
Well, you know.
I'm kidding.
Just heal us.
Yeah, just heal us. We'll worry about it later.
Ooh, that was a good initiative.
20. Oh, this is sad music. Can we get some happy
Oh,
music
no.
back? I just want to kill like goblins or something.
Yeah, it's what stops me.
Let's just go murder some goblins.
Having a +0 to initiative feels really weird right now.
It's like the exact opposite of what you should have.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Still rolled well, so it's okay.
That's good.
All right.
21.
21 for Ulazal.
Wow, Uzal's faster than I am.
You?
20.
20.
Right.
All right, that is Belluna.
That's me.
Mosnell.
I'm surprised.
15.
15. Eri.
12.
Ugh, what happened there?
I rolled a
Harry,
2.
what the heck?
You have a plus 10 to initiative, you animal!
Okay, natural 20!
He's gonna murder
He
everyone.
is up! All right.
Who is
I
that
do
for?
have a plus 10.
Came with a
And I
minus
rolled
32.
the second lowest.
A modest 32?
You got a 17.
17.
17 plus
Did you
0.
say modest 32?
Yes. So 17 you said for Ralia.
Correct.
No, is this... I know this music.
No, it's not.
Wasn't this the Ragnorum fight?
No. That's different music too.
Oh.
Nope. But hey, I like this because I do bring music back. This is good.
If Ragnorm shows up, I'm gonna just.
There's no
Commit
Ragnorum.
seppuku.
No, you're DM. We're cool for him for a while, all right?
Okay.
We're cool. Let's Belfina's, unless she doesn't
Can
want
I
to
just
play.
counterspell the existence of Ragnorum?
She got
Or is
a, I
that
believe
like
it's 18.
All right. Kane is up first, and as Kane gets up, you see him jump up and push Brian to the side and throw her at the ground, and you see him just do this, and he takes one of his swords that is still on fire in his hands and throws it.
And what?
Move the cookies!
What is going on? Ah! I should have minded my own business. What is going on?
Move all the cookies!
Oh no.
Okay, I can work with this kind of a battle map. I can work with this. It's flat. It's no bullshit.
Well, there are teleporters.
What are they gonna do?
Teleport things.
Some stuff.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Good thing I got all those bolts.
Man, I sure hope we don't get Cloud killed. That would be a juicy fireball.
Easy to spell
That's well, on the Cloud kill, yeah.
I know how to play this game. Oh, shit.
There we go. Much better. These are just symbols for the teleport symbols. They're not really like that. Kane rolls for attack.
What is he attacking?
Natural 20!
Oh,
Brutal
shit.
critical for Kane!
He one-shots whenever he's coming in.
Oh,
Yes.
fucky!
It's probably another lizard. I don't know. I'm spooked.
As the sword goes out, you see just invisible air, space, nothing. The blade hits, and you see this invisibility dispel as the flames cover this invisible entity, and he gets to roll damage.
Oh
So
shit!
much
This is the first time I took this spell.
Ha ha ha! Yes, applicable. Aha.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Yep.
32.
Oh god.
But then he gets his extra brutal critical die. For
Oh god.
how many brutal criticals when you level up? It's 3 extra brutal criticals, right?
Up to 20.
What?
He's at level 17. Every time you get a brutal critical, his barbarian's up to 17, so he's get 1, 2, or 3 extra brutal critical dice.
I think 3 is the highest.
And I think that happens at 16 or 17.
Yeah, that sounds right.
You get 3 additional die at 17. Yeah.
Kane the brain.
So you get 1 additional die at 9,
Shit, I gotta
2 additional at 13, 3
Yep.
additional at 17.
He's doing maths, guys. This is a good sign.
He's gonna murder this thing in the
I honestly didn't
Boom.
expect this. This was supposed to be a pretty high. He was supposed to that number. So then there's, wow, he rolled really high.
Oh, it's murder time.
So that would be 54 doubled.
Whoa!
Excuse me? He just did 108
It's
damage.
108 as the Kane, feeling the momentum and the rage of the battlefield he's been on and fighting, the still cut and bruised, he whips one of his flaming swords right into this individual, and as the blade pierces, it goes right through their heart, their entire body catches fire, and you see a brief look of this cloak on there, and these daggers raised that were about to be thrown, and you see as it falls back onto the ground, dead. I didn't expect a one-shot from fucking Kane.
Super dead.
Whatever.
Super dead.
Yeah. Well,
Uber dead.
So then, next up in this first round of initiative for everybody that can't be surprised is... and this wasn't even what I originally wanted to know the surprise shit about. This just sort of happened. It would be Mosnell's turn, then Ari. Then our round will start.
All right.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm sorry. It's the other people's turn. You guys rolled low as fuck.
I rolled over 20.
But you were surprised.
But you're surprised, even though a surprise round doesn't technically exist inside.
Well, it's your surprise condition for your first initiative turn.
Yes. So that's a condition. That's where it is. Sure. So pushing back, you see Kane has now got in front of Brian, and he is raging as you can feel this heat coming off him. I think you get temporary hit points as well. Anybody that's near him when he goes into his fire form.
That's
different
a
for the fire
thing.
form. I'm not going to look into it right now because
It's fire damage.
anyway.
Yeah, I think it's
As he comes there, they're going to take attacks. As they're all trying to... Actually, with him, they're going to try and move... Oh, God, she's really well surrounded now.
Yeah.
Damn you, Kane. Damn you.
You're the best.
They're going to try and shoot her, and she will get a +3 to her AC, but it is a sworn. So, the first one is going to make 3 attacks against Brian. Nat 20, that'll hit. The other 2 will not hit with that.
Rest in peace.
This will be these. And that is... Ooh! How high is that? 17... 23 points of poison damage. As you see a bow come back and as an arrow threads the needle into Pi. And Pi is PY, if anybody cares.
I thought it was PAI. Dang.
No.
I guess that would just
thinking
be
it was PIE.
Gotta do math. That is 7.
She's probably dead.
No, she's a sworn, dude.
Oh, is the
She can't
sworn
just-
similar to a veteran?
Better.
Yeah, better than that. Yeah.
Okay. They gotta protect the King of the North.
Okay.
And
they're
with
elite
that,
bodyguards.
seeing the arrows, like Kane just knocking them down on the 3rd arrow, they're gonna action surge and 3 more attacks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, Zeph, why are you trying to kill her?
Yes, use it up now. Sponge the damage for
Oh,
us,
wow.
Spy.
Is that actually what's happening? Shit.
Nope, not.
It's actually Gloomstalker nonsense.
Only one more is gonna hit. That'll be. I gotta roll.
Stalkers don't get action search. It's
Luke's,
just a 2 level.
Luke's does.
It's a 2 level type of fighter. It's easy peasy.
Yes,
16
but what I'm saying
points,
is
well, I
the
didn't roll
Gloomstalker is
anything.
invisible when they are in obscure darkness, if I'm not mistaken.
So they go in as well, and there's another arrow that hits Brian. You see, still the smile demeanor on there, being like, "Okay, this is not great."
No shit.
You actually, I'll wait on that. So I got that. The next one is going to cast the Cloud Kill on all of you, centering on
Counterspell.
Brian. What's that?
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
What level?
6.
Got him! Got him! You see him go to cast, and you see as that happens, like the cast happens, and Ralia's is there's a playfulness of like as a little twist of her wrist and a little that periwinkle comes out as the spell just gets like you can see the fog start coming around you guys and starting to take form, and all of you are very familiar with seeing cloud kills, and all of a sudden disappears, and you can see little like periwinkle like sparkles like clearing it out as it goes away.
Thank you.
That's that one. Then that one, you killed one, you fucks. I didn't even mean it.
You fucks.
You killed
I
him.
didn't mean it. Who the fuck rolls 2 nat 20s in a row? Only when an NPC is helping you.
Yep.
That's when. That's when it happens.
It's possible, but improbable.
Nice catch.
Best catcher.
All right. So then the last one is going to take 3 attacks against Brian.
Weak.
So one's a cast.
find the caster.
Oh, actually, thanks for reminding me. As that happens, you see Salem and the other gray hand. Both of them immediately, when they see that, they go, "Caster!" And they start reaching for something.
Oh, shit.
Thank you for reminding me.
I got you.
One hits, once again, with this one, but these are crossbows.
Gat.
I got those. They don't do that, but if they could, they would. Give me haste. Make me better.
I don't think I actually have haste. But I can make you better.
She has to make a con saving throw or be poisoned. Oh, actually, your con's modifier, that's enough. That's an 18. Nice!
Nice.
All right. So she's starting to... This is clearly an assassination attempt against Brian right now, if you haven't figured that out.
Oh, idiots.
They're all going after her, and there will be one more... Oh, I didn't roll sneak attack damage. I gotta do that.
That's wild that Kane showed up. This happened, and an assassination attempt happened all at the same time.
What a
It
strange
seems
coincidence.
a bit suspicious there.
We'll have to see. Where is it? Here
Can I
it
roll a
is.
conspiracy die?
Can I roll it? No, you may not.
Damn.
Not yet. You gotta go see if anybody survived and then ask them about it. Once per turn, add an extra... Oh, fuck, it's 4d6. But it is surprised. Oh, and the assassinate... they did have advantage on that. That's alright. It's a score.
Question.
The sneak attack.
Did Pi roll an initiative higher than them?
I didn't roll.
Probs not.
She did not.
Okay.
What is Black Staffs? Oh, come on, girls.
Wizards don't choose decks.
They don't choose strength. They usually kind of have decks.
Alright. She did not. So
Super
then
dumb.
I'm just
Everybody
going to
needs flip wizards.
roll for what hit.
Flip
and I'm not going to do
wizards.
criticals.
Just doing backflips, casting spells.
Proficient
be-
in acrobatics.
It's 46? 46. Sorry, I'm trying to get through this.
It's okay. Do your math.
It's okay. Just kill her. Wind meter. She's not even the real king of the north.
16 extra points.
Yes. But how would that look?
25 more points. He's starting to look rough as all the extra sneak attack damage is wearing her down. And I believe it probably should have been crits, but that's okay because that's too much for me right now. Okay. I don't play rogues. This is new. Because the assassinate is during the first turn, the assassins have advantage on attack rolls against the creature that hasn't taken a turn. Any hit the assassin scores against a surprise creature is critical hit. They're all criticals.
Yeah.
They're all criticals.
Yep.
Or is it
Yep.
just the first? Any
Nope,
hit.
it's every go.
Any hit.
Any hit in the first surprise round.
So I gotta double these.
Double all of it.
There's another.
Double the whole thing.
Ooh, she's looking real bad. Oh God.
But that's all their turns, right?
With that one's gonna accent surge again. 3 more attacks at advantage. That one will hit.
Well, it was nice knowing you,
I
Pi.
did your job.
You were alive.
And now you're not.
So now
Assassins are scary.
yeah, for one round.
And then he
Yeah.
just beat him down.
Well, yeah.
But that's the whole point is that
No, I
first
know, I
round
know.
is scary.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we're low there. But let's see. Sneak
Unless
attack.
you're me or Mosnell and you can't get surprised.
Man.
Yep, she's down.
She's down, but not dead.
Tough to tell.
Okay.
She, as all that happens, you see the last one seeing a moment as it's going to the floor, and Kane's trying to block the stuff. Because it's a surprise condition right now, there's no one able to help, and you see another arrow just go into the neck and just onto the ground, and she is unmoving at the moment. So that will now trigger Mosnell and Ares' turn. Mosnell going first in the initiative.
I am going to.
Murder them.
They're over there. And definitely not the Mighty Nine and Vox Machina creatures.
Okay. How far am I away from the baddies?
I don't believe it's anyway, you are here, so you're 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 away from this one, which they're all visible now because they did their deal. This would be 50, 55, 60, 60. This one's
Yeah.
5, 10, 50. One's diagonally 50, but you have rough terrain, pushing past, airy, bell, going up.
I got the general idea.
All
Don't
right.
worry. Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Okay, and where's Pi?
Pi is here on the ground.
Okay.
She's right next to this giant cluster. That cloud kill dispel was clutch.
Would it? Can I tell if it would be even like useful to like put myself over there as a blocker?
Kane and all the other guards were there. It would have been useful if you weren't surprised. So at this point, it seems not helpful because she's bleeding out on the ground right now. But she's not, from what you can look. I mean, there's an arrow and she's choking on an arrow in her throat right now.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna say, Ulazal, heal, and then run at the closer guys.
All right. So what's your movement?
I think it's 40. Yeah, it's 40.
40 will get you in melee range. Yep. As
I'm gonna
Mazda
take 2 swings.
pushes forward.
I'm going to use. I'm gonna use the giant axe actually.
Okay.
But I'm gonna use what's it called? Great Weapon Master and Reckless Attack.
You got it.
DM,
Yes.
where is Belfina in relation to me in the initiative order?
She is just after you.
That's just perfect.
Yeah.
She was just after me. He's 21 out of 20, right?
You're right. Damn it. I put Bellona on here twice. God dang it.
Belfina had to be at 17, I believe. Or
18. I have her at 18. Yep. You're 20.
So
it's after Justin. Yes.
that's an 11 and a 21.
21 hits.
All right.
Kill it.
Miss with one, and I'll go for a side swing. Catch him.
All right.
All right. So damage. Nice. All right. And 28 points of damage.
Okay. That does a hefty amount of damage. You go and slam into this individual, and you can tell this is well-made, studded armor as it hits into the axe, and what should have easily pierced somebody of lesser stature. The fine craftsmanship clearly tells these are trained professional assassins, all by just the feel of your axe going into the side of them. As you just cracked a rib, and you bring it on back. You go for the second strike, and it's too quick for you. As it goes back, and you can see like blades spinning out of their hands as they're dropping their bow, getting out of your way.
You made a big mistake.
Harry, your turn. Unless you want to do anything else, Mosno. That was really cool.
Who is the one that looked to be a caster?
It is right here.
That one?
Yep.
All right. Whipping out my dagger of venom, I'm going to 45 feet of movement towards that person.
Sure. Oh yeah, there was normal circles, so it's not rough terrain. Those are just normal carved-in circles. 40, 45. Get you right next to him.
All right. For flair, I'm just gonna be leaping off that circle and just like Assassin's Creed style,
Yep.
bringing the dagger down.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Kill it.
Harry, as you're doing it, your hood comes off. The glowing eyes are there.
As I'm running across the circle, I take the dark coin and flick it.
Oh, I need to get the
It's gonna kill him. Okay.
It's gonna be a
They both
kamikaze.
died.
Suddenly there are 5 Aries.
When he hits the ground,
It jumps off the circle and just stabs himself.
What did you roll?
but then becomes an atomic bomb.
45?
Shadow Clone Jutsu?
Ah, piss.
Uh oh. It's a super
Is it a
murder.
good one or is it a bad one?
All right.
I am going to use my once a day to knock it down
Oh,
5%.
by 5%.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
First I'm gonna mark that I used that.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my charge. Roll to hit. Let's use that. Oh, it's so close. 29 to hit.
39 to hit.
Nice.
29. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes! I know which one we're doing.
Excited. As he comes down, you see the speed picks up on your blade in your hand, starts going faster than the way you're going on gravity. As you come down, your blade comes even faster right into the neck of the caster as all this blackness starts burning out from the dark blade.
Ooh.
Different from what it used to be. It's very similar to your purple as it Go ahead and roll damage.
They just got fucked up.
That's gonna be. Ooh. I rolled a 4 on my d4, so that's 10 damage, 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And is this the plus 4
It is.
d8?
Yes.
Yes!
So as it goes in and all of a sudden you see the markings on him just start, the bruising starts going through this caster and going into it. You see him and you can see Kane being like,
Oh shit.
Now hold on.
No way.
This
man.
is
Yo,
this is
Harry,
tough.
Harry,
speak with
know
words.
your audience.
Tongues.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that right now.
Okay, I'm just saying you have it up. You're gonna have it's just gonna go away.
Probably recast it in a bit.
Yeah. What was that, Hunter?
Boy, hold on.
29 points of damage, 10 piercing, 19 necrotic.
Nice.
What about the
Very
poison?
nice.
I have to use an action to act.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lame. It's called a dagger.
Yeah,
called balancing.
It's a pretty powerful poison.
You would activate it like before combat starts normally.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks rougher, not terribly, but you can see pushes you back and it comes out, and you can just see the squirting. Like you definitely hit an artery
It's
right
that
now.
gross, like,
Yeah, you see him just immediately, and his hands start glowing as he's preparing for the next attack. First round of combat is about to happen.
Oh, thank God.
Villain action.
Yup.
So, Beckleville is the best. I fucking love him. You see one of the far one over there, seeing both his allies getting hit hard. You see, take out this stone, and he goes over to the ground and just like, by the graces of my lord's magic, and he hits the ground. You see this, and it cracks, and a demonic alchemy circle pours out.
Oh boy.
Priorities have changed.
It's a good thing I fight these.
And out comes.
Oh, it just like that? Just like that? All right, pal.
This gigantic demon pushes its way out of the ground.
Does
And-
it look fiendish in nature?
Oh! Let me look, actually.
Chains are the same.
And it looks like a huge fiend to you.
Hey,
it
I
is
fight those.
20 feet tall, this individual, according to the Monsters Manual. It's not
freaking huge.
Not Reed making shit up.
Is it speaking?
Yeah.
Is it speaking infernal?
Oh, I would understand that too.
Same.
Abyssal.
Fuck!
Does anybody speak Abyssal?
Yes.
Tyrion does.
All right.
Wait, what?
You hear, and
makes sense.
Blackstaff hears as well, as this thing comes out. My master, I will crush the flesh of your enemies. As it comes out. Oh, fun. But what you guys hear too is this like, it's very like grunting, articulated, and it's in a way that is super uncomfortable. It is like language of like, oh, I instantly know this is a chainsaw murderer, and there's no reasoning with something that talks like that. That is not good. All right, and I gotta roll its initiative.
Roll low. Idiot.
It didn't roll terrible. This is probably one of the biggest things you've ever fought besides the gigantic thing that came over and was eating raptors. This thing is huge. It's bigger than Gekum. All right, so top of the order. Kane! Kane sees this and he's just like...
One hit it.
What? Are you kidding me? He rushes forward and he takes 3 attacks.
Get him, Kane! Get him!
All right. Reckless.
Yes.
Boof. One of those would hit.
Oh, only one. Wow.
2 hit. Not great attacks from Kane, but 2 hit.
Nah.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Nah. This is fun. Kill it. Do more damage.
1 more damage. 27, 34. That'd be... Oh, I rolled an extra. It should have only been 2 attacks. Back it up.
Animated version.
Magic weapon.
7.
Holy
38 points.
Ooh,
38
even
points of damage. What is
So,
it resistant
two
to?
extra 2d8 for you every single attack.
Okay.
Put it on my boat.
So Kane
I
starts
just
laying
give it
into
to
it
you.
with
Did
his
you see
flaming
that?
sword. It still has in his hand. The
You,
other
like,
one's still
activated.
I
burning
leveled you
inside
up.
the corpse on the ground. And the attacks as it cuts through it, you could tell this is a fiend from a plane that is used to the fires of the hottest variety.
He is a spicy boy.
And it is not doing quite as much damage as it should be.
Heck!
I know what I'm gonna do.
Do it, punk. I believe it is now Salem's turn.
Frick!
Sorry.
What are these things?
No, Ozol, you go first. Come on, just I
No.
want the players to go.
No, it's fine. If he rolled higher on the initiative, just let him go.
He rolled 21, but I bet his dex is higher than yours.
Yeah.
All right. I want the players to play.
It's okay.
I'm
No,
not
this is
playing
how we
with
play the game. Do it.
Okay. Give me one.
Well,
Well, if you need
Salem's
to
on our
figure out your
side.
turn.
No,
I'll
I
go.
got to get to the numbers is all.
Okay. Well, I know what I'm gonna do.
All right. So Salem and Calgary are both on the same initiative order because they're the gray hand. And you see Calgary, he pulls out a crossbow when they were both shouting casters, and at the caster over there, he fires a crossbow bolt. So he's gonna roll to hit.
Oh, it's gonna get fucked
Get him,
up.
Calgary.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Does he have more than one attack?
But has advantage against casters. Better. That is. That's a
Nice.
23 to hit.
Excellent.
So as the crossbow goes off, you see the arrow, but it's more like a spear, like a capsulated spear. It doesn't look like a normal arrow, but it's much thicker. It's basically what you would see if we had like carbon arrows today.
Yeah.
As it goes off, the caster is pushing off Airy, and you see the arrow hit into him. You see him, and all of a sudden this light goes off,
shit.
and it's just blinding. And the caster has the blinded condition now.
Nice.
Idiot.
Shouldn't have casted
Should have
spells.
had a higher AC, you idiot.
Should have been a paladin.
Should have been a paladin.
That'll be 8 points of damage to him.
Got him.
Telius comes out of the circle. Icy scimitars in hand.
Salem will take out his 2 blades, and he will rush the beast.
Oh God, Salem, you're so brave.
Why is Salem so brave?
As he sees the caster being taken care of, and he sees this massive creature. On this turn, you'll see him take out these
Just means I can less on my turn.
manacle-looking devices, and he's going to attempt to slap them on this creature.
Give him the slap.
This is going to be tough. It's a roll off.
Stack.
His dex versus his dex. Oh, but his dex is
Because
low.
one is it's from 2 different sources.
Ooh! All right, with his tiny little fiendish feet, Salem beats him in a dex contest of 24. Oh, but he's saving throw. So 24 to 13. Still loses. Salem slides down under this as Kane is grabbing, and he takes out these manacles and like he throws one at one leg, and you can tell they're like rubbery. The chain that would be there, and then he wraps it around the other side as the first one just locks on contact. The other one hits, and as they both hit, and knocks him prone.
Nice.
And as this thing is on the ground, it is currently restrained until it can break the shackles.
It's prone though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So usually
Lame!
You get advantage from it.
you get advantage when you attack him.
Melee attack.
Oh, it's melee, yeah, not ranged. Okay. So that's them. Ulazal, it is now your turn.
For restrained, you do get advantage from any attack.
But it's prone.
But
So
it's
it's being a
prone,
roll.
so it would have, yeah.
That's still
So it's
hey,
just straight roll?
Nice.
Hey,
I'll take it.
still might be fine.
That's straight. It's a
It
straight
is
roll.
now
I am
Ulazal,
straight, yes.
then Bologna.
Okay. I look at Delphina.
Yeah.
I look at Bologna. I cast Holy Weapon on Bologna's self.
That's
So
me.
all of your attacks get an extra 2d8 radiant damage.
Nice. Oh shit.
And
I've been buffed.
Let me see here. Let me pull up my handy dandy bonus action tab, and I can't cast Healing Word because I already used a spell. That's fine. I'm
You can
going
use cantrips, can't you? Can't you cast a
That doesn't have
cantrip as a
any
bonus
bonus
action, or is that a
action
feature?
cantrip.
well, no, it has to be a cantrip that has a casting time of bonus action,
Gotcha. Yep. You're
or
good.
like a
Yep,
spell
yep,
that has
yep,
bonus
yep.
action. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna move so that I am in front of Pie's body.
Yep.
Try and give her a little bit more cover. I'll use my bonus action to activate my shield.
Sure.
So it's floating and I have a hand free.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Cool beans. All right. It is now Bellona's turn. Yep, Bellona's turn.
Neato burrito.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do. Bonus action, Slayer's Prey.
Whoa.
Fuck that demon up.
Okay.
Designating one creature I can see within 60 feet. First time each turn I hit that target with a weapon attack, it takes an extra 1d6 damage.
Cool.
So,
Basically a free hunter's mark.
free hunter's mark.
Nice.
And then we're gonna bust out the old longbow here,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna make some attacks with it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make a happy little attack.
We're gonna happy little attack here. So let's make some attacks then. That is a 19 to hit.
Hits. I know it
Neat.
does. I think it just barely hits, actually. Yes, just barely hits. You get that that sense that like, oh, that was a closey.
So that's okay. So that is 11 piercing damage.
Nice.
Oh,
And then
nice.
12 radiant damage
All right. So
on the first attack.
and then 12. So I just can do that. I know that. I like to ride my bicycle. I like to ride my bike. You see the arrows go in with the beautiful shine of tears, radiance hit into the creature on the ground, and you hear this. You guys can hear the in his language. He didn't like that.
And then the second to hit is a 29,
That is.
and that will be 7 piercing and 10 radiant damage.
All right. Okay.
And then, leaving downtown. Which one's to here?
Do it, punk.
Yeah, I like that. I'll make sure I get it.
I like my life so much easier just to have this up. Cool. All right. Anywho, nice. So that ends your turn. You fuck it up real good. It is now the assassin's turn. They have a higher dex than Belfina.
Heck, freaking poop butt.
So you're gonna see the damage mage right now who can't see. Gah! Shoot! I just had his thing up. Do you need vision for cloud kill? Who had Ralia? You have that right in front of you.
I can pick that up. 1 second.
Yep.
Kill. Yes. Wait. No, you don't.
All right. So again, you see him. He goes to launch another cloud kill.
I will counter it.
He counters your counter spell.
Bitch.
Oh, it's not my turn yet.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, it
know.
hasn't been
Oh,
your
yeah, it
turn
hasn't
yet,
been your
so
turn.
you don't have a reaction.
Oh, but somebody does. The black staff
Hey.
counterspells it.
Does he counterspell her? Counterspell?
He does try to counterspell their counterspell.
Can you do that?
So
Yeah,
Vera,
you
It's
It
hilarious.
depends on what level she casts it at.
she would know, so he has to roll. She's going to do a fifth.
Flex on him.
So that'd be a fifth. So then he has to burn. He doesn't have another six, so he has to burn another fifth.
So
Oh, but a fifth would cancel the counter spell.
Yeah. Automatically. Yep.
Yeah.
So she'll do the 6th level. She's smart.
she is smart.
And the
She is
fucking
smart.
black staff.
Yeah, she'll do that. She got other spells. She'll burn the sixth
So-
level spell to kill it.
So
he's got to roll.
he would have to roll to beat it.
Yes, and it's plus which modifier?
He has to beat
has to beat
16.
16.
He has to roll a
Straight roll.
16.
Well,
There's no, yeah, it's a straight roll.
a
It's-
3.
You
And
pitiful.
it's a straight roll plus the spellcasting modifier, or plus their I think it's their ability
Yeah, it's like
modifier
wisdom.
for their spell.
Yeah, whatever
I
the
don't
ability
think
modifier,
it's
so like
anything.
intelligence, it would be whatever that is.
Yeah.
You didn't get it.
He's not getting high enough for that. He got a
He
3.
rolled a 3.
So you see him. Shit. as it fails twice now, and you see him just and he used all those actions, so he is fucked
fucking
this turn.
dead.
You don't have bonus actions. You're a caster, you idiot.
So then the one engaged with
have
Mosno
bonus
is
action.
going to take 3 attacks against you with its blade. So you see this, like, it turns him around as it was dodging you and goes and trying to get up into Mosno.
Would you say that he daggers him?
Oof. That is a 20, 22, a 23, and a 23 to hit.
Oof.
Yep.
Alright. That would be these. Alright. So that would make it easy on us. 17 points of piercing.
Okay.
Then
Reduce to 8.
11 points of poison, and you are poisoned. You don't get a save. Rude!
Fuck that shit.
And then it is
Freaking
going
homebrew.
to use its bonus action to disengage and fucking run. Alright.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Sentinel.
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 With its disengage action?
Never.
Hang on. Creatures provoke opportunity attacks from you even if they take the disengage action
Yes.
before
Go ahead.
making your
How
roll.
does it feel? If you hit, does it
Sentinel
go to
is
0?
strong.
Yeah.
The speed and movement?
Yep.
Sentinel's fucking great. Yeah, if I hit him, he doesn't move.
Sentinel OP.
Roll!
Hit him, Ryan.
Roll. Thank you.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, it hits. You filthy fucking.
As
Yeah,
in its
it can
mind,
go
that would have been super
anywhere.
dope if I got out that easily. And as it goes back, Maz's like, get over here!
I'm not done with you yet.
And brings it back. Go ahead.
He's so cool.
Why is Maz not so cool?
All right. 14 points of damage.
Okay. Doesn't do that much.
No. It was more to keep him there.
Yeah, but it keeps him there.
Ain't nobody getting
All
away.
covered in, like, think Dark Brotherhood. That's, like, what the attire of all these individuals. Okay. That will now be Belfina, then Ralia, then Masno.
Okay, so Belfina is gonna move up to Pi. She's gonna grab her and she's gonna use hidden paths to teleport behind the pillar.
Okay.
That is her part of her movement and bonus action. And as her action, she's going to use Balm of the Summer Courts to heal her for 31 points of healing.
Whoa.
That's terrific.
Wow. Shout out to Balm.
So Belfina comes over there. She comes up, teleports away. She goes like melds into the stones and then comes back out of the stones behind the pillar. And then she pops the arrow out of the neck to remove it. Otherwise, her healing would be pointless. And she starts mending it, thinking deep into the nature and calling on nature itself. And she can see there's like imagery of Putilla in her eyes. And then the vines start coming out from in between the cement around her, like the little cracks where you would lay all the cement slabs, and they come around the neck of Pi, and they come down, and you can see it's like really red and discolored, but it is healed. It looks like sap or whatever. Is
Is she breathing?
Yes. No longer choking on her. Good. It doesn't have to make death saving.
That's her turn.
Can we finish this round of combat and then call it?
Yeah. Oh shit! It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it surprised me too. Emily
Holy
texted
shit.
me, and
Oh
she
my
was like,
God, I'm so
"Take
sorry."
it, you're not done at 9:45," and I'm
Thank
like,
you.
"Oh no, it's fine."
I'm
No, yeah, I completely lost track of
a
time
very
there.
tired boy.
Sorry.
No, you're cool. You're cool.
Ralia, your turn.
I'll just run up next to Bologna, and that's the caster right next to the demon thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on both of them.
Touch him.
This one.
Are those ranged spell attacks?
I think he's
Yeah.
trying to hit
The
the
caster
demon
and
too.
the
Okay,
demon.
The caster, it is advantage
Okay,
because of blinded.
Yep.
and I will do that one first. That is 18 to hit,
Hits.
which was pretty bad. And then 21 to hit the demon.
Hits.
Nice.
That was a straight roll, right?
He's a fleshy big boy.
That wasn't a disadvantage, right? He is.
That was a-
Yeah, just straight
Yes,
because he's at
Okay,
advantage.
Good.
Yeah,
They're
the same thing.
restrained.
It's like,
First one.
I was like, "Ooh, maybe
20 damage to the caster.
Okay.
sorry,
It's
mousy."
necrotic damage.
The necrotic energy flows through the caster. You can see the caster just.
Hey, I just remembered I have resistance to poison.
Do you?
Yeah, does that change anything?
The damage, but you're still poisoned.
Alright. Okay, I'll add. I remember what it was. I'll
This
add
is
it
especially brute assassin. Fuck you, poison.
back. Yeah, that's fine.
Wyvern tears.
And 17 necrotic to the demon.
All right.
It was 37 damage for the cantrip.
concentration spells.
17.
Hold on. Look at all these concentration. I don't even know how much I did.
I wish I took Flame Strike.
Okay. Okay.
Pretty sure I did 50.
Cool.
But I don't know.
Anything else, Ralia?
No. Just standing there.
This beautiful like periwinkle opens up this like portal where the skeleton hand comes out and just touches both the creatures, and you just see their like life just getting sucked away, and then back into the portals. Masno's turn.
Yes. 2 attacks. Swinging for him. Oh, question.
Yes.
Poison gives you disadvantage on attacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep,
But,
and ability
Alright.
checks.
but I mean,
And
you could-
ability checks.
You could reckless to cancel.
I am doing reckless.
Well,
I'm doing
I-
this. I'm
is
doing
that-
reckless. Yeah.
Is that Airy right behind that guy?
Yes.
Yes.
But engaged with the
Is he
caster.
flanking?
He jumped this way. Remember, he
Yeah.
jumped off the thing to engage with.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
So
gonna be
he's-
more in front.
You don't have flanking.
So I won't do great weapon master, but I'm just gonna reckless.
Okay.
So straight roll.
Okay. Oh, that's could have been an advantage against him. They all hit anyway.
Oh yeah.
My previous ones. Don't worry, keep going.
Yep. So the first one is a 15.
How much?
15.
Just hits.
Does it?
Got him,
Yeah.
dude.
You're still got them in the range of your axe, and as they try and lean back, you just pounding away.
He's trying to be sneaky and light-footed, you idiot.
And the second one is a 16.
Hits.
Excellent. Alright. Damage. 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Another 15 points of damage.
Consistent. Looking real rough.
And then I will send out a storm aura with my bonus action. I get 4 temporary hit points.
Okie dokie.
And if there's any allies within 10 feet, they also
No.
get.
I think none.
It's 15.
Nope. Okay.
Nope.
So close.
Okay.
All right. That's my turn.
All right. It is now Geistro's turn. Nobody. He has to make a strength check to break out of this.
Oh, the demon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 24, or saving throw would be even more, so that's a 30.
So is that his
Is that his action, though?
As he breaks out of it,
Usually, yeah.
half his movement to stand up.
Wow, he's gonna eat Airy.
That is not his action. He can take multiple actions.
What?
What? Heck.
It's okay. It's okay.
Back guy again.
All right, you can see it kick its feet back, and you see him. And you guys are hearing just horrible demon curses that you don't quite understand.
So rude.
And it is going
take any
to
damage.
charge 15 feet straight. So that'd be 5, 10, 15. So Ari and Kane are going to get hit by this. It's gore attack. It's going to knock into both of you. So... Oh no, that's just an ability with its movement.
Ah, it's not even.
Give me a DC strength saving throw or be pushed 20 feet.
That's a big push.
20.
Imagine.
Yeah, oh shit, that's not even an action. That's just his movement.
Awesome.
So give me a strength save, Ari. Or, yeah, strength saving throw. What, Kane? How much is it? Fuck! 3.
12.
12. Alright, you take
I can cast
38
Zone of Truth.
piercing damage, and Kane takes 38 piercing damage halved.
I guess I'm a healer.
Alright.
Is that halved?
Uh,
Did Kane succeed? Because he's raging.
Yeah.
He didn't succeed.
He didn't. Okay.
No, he rolled a natural 3. And you're both pushed 20 feet away and knocked prone.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it. Like, he has to move at least 15 feet and then hit with the gore attack.
He would step on his buddy.
So he doesn't have the room to hit the 15 feet of movement.
Like he has to charge.
Like, he has to get momentum before it's the gore attack.
Alright, then I'll just take a multi-attack against you guys.
So, all right, that's there you
He'll
go.
just,
you get
he'll
something
just
worse.
give you the good old slap.
Alright, I'll take 3 attacks against you then. Fine by me.
All against Airy.
That's a great idea. He just saw that dark dagger shit. That was crazy. I don't think he did, actually. Ooh, that's a crit.
I think that was before he got there.
That's not a d20. So that crit hits. So then the next one is a...
Cure wounds. Hello.
20... No, 21 and
That
Did I
hits.
take heal? Am I smart?
19.
I'm not smart.
All of those would hit.
Alrighty!
I'll save you.
I'm going to uncanny dodge the crit.
Alright, you can try.
Good
Well,
idea.
you can. Do or do not. There is no try.
So that is...
Thanks, Yoda.
You still need this.
21 from one fist. Then here comes another fist. Nice! 27
which
points of bludgeoning damage with the next fist.
Which one was the crit?
I haven't hit the done crit yet.
Okay, so 21 and then 23.
No.
What was the
27.
second?
21 and 27.
Okay.
21 and 27.
Not looking good for air.
And then here
Owie,
comes the
zowie.
crit.
Not looking good
Here
for
it
the-
comes, boy.
For the Airmeister out here.
He'll be fine.
go.
He'll be fine.
Little air
He's a
bear.
rogue.
It's a percentage die. I just want to get hit with that.
You take 100 damage.
Oh.
And 21 points of bludgeoning damage doubled would be. Oh, no. That is 28,
40, 56.
35, then you uncanny dodge it.
35 doubled, so it's just 30.
No, it's 35 is the doubling.
So
Oh.
That I did the doubling already. So it's
So,
doubling
yeah.
plus modifier, 35 is the total damage.
17.
17.
Okay.
As Giestro just starts pounding you, and those that can speak it can hear, "I'm so hungry, I clamor for flesh." So apparently, all fiends fucking eat people. When I was
Fiends are
reading up on
crazy,
them,
dude.
They just eat.
Yeah,
things.
dude, they're the embodiment of chaos.
They're horrible.
yeah.
They
They're
just.
horrible.
That's why. I hunt
Devils
them.
are a lot cooler.
They are. They make deals.
That's why I hunt them.
They're
Because
just
they
like-
just eat people.
They're like-
assholes.
That's the depth of what they are. Okay.
It's kind of an interesting dichotomy, like the balance that needs to be struck.
Funny enough, Aerie, it's your turn.
Get him!
Hit him with the slap
Kane's engaged. You get sneak
Alright.
attack.
and then bounce.
Or
Shut the fuck up.
Hit him with the
Metagaming.
slap.
I'm not metagaming. Not metagaming.
Worst thing.
Co-piloting. Yeah, I did.
Co-piloting.
Yeah.
Backseat.
Backseat.
Yeah.
Backseat gamer.
Backseat driving.
I am going to take a slap at this mage.
Go for it.
Hit him with the slap. I told him to do it.
He's blinded, so
21.
you have advantage.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which
There you
gives
go.
me
Which gives you sneak attack automatically because he can't see. Boy,
22.
Hit or miss.
what was that?
I guess I
22.
Oh yeah,
hit.
it hits. Yeah. Boy, it seems like this combating casting. Stuff.
He is not going to be feeling good after
I
this.
hope not.
Uh-oh.
it's like we were prepared for this.
You mean getting assassinated? No, we're not.
Pi was very prepared to be assassinated.
She did a great job at that.
She's fine.
She took it well.
Well, I have to figure out what Delphina's gonna do on her next turn. Does
No,
she get
no,
another?
you don't.
Ooh, oh boy,
We're ended.
30 points of damage, 30 points of piercing.
Nice.
What item did you use to do this? Rapier or the dagger?
That was my dagger of venom not activated with sneak attack, which is 66.
So as you get pounded by this massive monster that looks to be slobbering all the spit onto you and getting excited by the mere adrenaline of combat, you return your focus and you take your dagger and you cut it across the face, really blinding the caster. And then as you hear this horrible shriek as his eyes just have a cut right through them, you turn the knife down and you take your other hand and you put it underneath his chin and through, and the length of the blade puts it just up high enough to hit his brain, and you just take it out and the caster falls over.
Man, good thing he wasn't taller.
I know, right? It'd just be awkward.
Got him. Let's go, dude.
Easy.
All right.
Alright. Bonus action, disengage.
Come to me.
And I am gonna use. I have 45 feet of movement. I am gonna back up. Yeah, diagonally towards Belfina.
5, 10,
Hey.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Are you 40 feet of movement?
I have 45. I'm gonna move that way, but I'm actually gonna get onto the teleport pad, so I have a little bit of a better advantage.
All right.
Hey.
You see Ralia over there just casting spells, having a day.
And Bolana, she's also standing.
She's way
I got the mage. That's what's important.
You did.
He's right.
No
Oh,
more
I
cloud
thought you
kills.
meant Belfine. Okay.
Talk about me.
Anyway, it's Pi and the Sworn's turn. The Sworn, one is going to sprint
30 over to Pi to see her up. Pi's gonna be like, I'm okay thanks to this one.
Favor.
We saved Brian again.
Brian saved us.
They're both gonna use.
Heel turn. They're gonna action
Yeah,
switch.
yeah. They'll both just use their elven bows.
Elven bows.
bows.
Ooh, I need one of
Oh,
those.
it's magic.
Same.
No. That one hits.
Give me your
That
bows.
one does not hit. That
I'll
just
become
misses,
sworn, I
so
don't
one
care.
hits. So you see Brian take out, ask for a bow, and the other one tosses a bow to Pi. And Pi's going to take some shots with her magical bow, dealing radiant damage.
Oh, I need it. Holy crap, do I need it?
17 points of radiant damage.
Nice, dude.
Oh, it's so in character. I need it.
As the bow goes off, you see Gaius throw, looking and slobbering towards Area as its head comes up, right into Brian, who is smirking as the arrow goes off. That
Almost got me
will.
convinced that it's Brian.
What's that?
You've almost got me convinced that it's Brian.
Well, I'm fine either.
More like pine.
5, 10, 15, 20. This one's gonna come up, and you're gonna see this one in the leather armors of the Sworn. Take out its sword and go up to the air and go, by nature's power, I smite thee! And it's going to attack.
Boy's a paladin.
Paladins.
Should
Take 2 attacks.
I think I only smited once.
What? I'm offended by that.
Well, no, twice in the Orlith fight. But the first time that we fought, I smited something against the wall with Thunder Smite.
Yes.
That's
I
hilarious.
smited it in the first fight as well. Shall
Give me a
we?
moment just to look up the
Smites all around. It was quite the
I
scene.
don't think I used it after that. I think
Well,
this
yeah,
was
that's
the
what I'm
time I
saying,
used
yeah.
it.
When I was the paladin,
Orlith fight.
every turn was like, which smite smell should I use? I have all of them.
Now I just.
Shalmir has to
dimension
keep
door
all his spells for healing you people, though. So
I need to save.
Not
my,
anymore.
4th levels
well.
for Dimension Door. Because apparently.
Wait, do you know? Do you
You're
know
the
what happened?
teleporting meat shield.
Yeah,
He doesn't
we know
know.
exactly. He's a jar of dust in Ares' backpack.
You know nothing.
He's been listening to everything intently.
Nope, he's dust.
Sentient dust.
No, he's dust.
I'm talking about Luke, not Shalmir. Because Luke was not there, I believe.
Yeah, he wasn't.
For
I
what?
don't think he knows.
Oh my god!
For what?
For what happened
29.
last week? Yeah.
Oh yeah, he wasn't.
She'll be
The
29.
big
One attack
development.
hits, one misses. She'll do 29 points of
I'll have to watch
smite damage.
We could just tell you.
It
well,
was. It's
what is
12 points of slashing, 17 points of
Oh, yeah.
radiant.
Give him the slack.
Oh yeah.
I gotta move this guy.
Radiant damage sounds great.
So F will be this number.
Bask in the holy light of your
That's actually
gods.
happens. And then the next I told you was.
Why did I make that voice? That would have been so great. I would have gone for like a.
Fuck, I forgot the number now when you said that. God fucking damn it. I'm rushing because I want to get you out of here.
You're good. Take your time.
Oh, we're over time.
Time.
What makes 29? It was 7, 12. 7, 12. 12 is radiant damage. Jesus Christ.
This is what makes 29.
Alright, and then she will action surge for 2 more attacks.
Multi-class.
The Sworn will give, once again, only 1 attack hits. And she can't expend as much smite, but she's gonna try. So she's like, hey, cut that shit out, killing people. So that would be 12. And that would be 12 piercing, so 6. And then this is. Where's the 12? Fuck you, that's a 12. 13 radiant. And I'm also.
Were you adding the extra die for smiting a fiend?
Yes. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
There's more for fiends? No.
Yeah.
Tell me
It's
just
just
an extra.
it's just
an
one
extra
extra die.
Oh, then she 2 more then. Shit.
To a maximum of 6?
Yep.
I think it's
Maximum of
6.
5 was in
Oh,
here, but then
Yeah,
it's
6 with the
with
fiend.
the
Yeah.
fiend thing then.
So then
Paladins live to kill fiends.
Wow, you're not kidding. I mean,
That's
I feel
why
like
was
I
so
didn't need
fun to be
anything
able to
else.
play.
Yeah. That number
Carve it
would
up on
be.
the whiff.
Yeah, well, you learn, man. You learn. This is how I get to play all the classes eventually. So then the extra 2 were only 3 more points of radiant.
Weak.
Weak sauce.
Trash paladin. Get Telly's back in.
Okay, that finishes that turn. And then we have Blackstaff.
Oh, she's gonna fuck it up.
I hope so.
Yes. Banish.
Cast
Yeah, she's just gonna banish it. Like, why were you guys attacking it? This is like
I
pointless.
didn't prepare
Yeah, right.
banishment today.
Banishment.
I didn't anticipate fighting a freaking demon.
Always.
Yeah, I could have prepared that as well, but
I
yeah.
assumed we were just gonna be chatting.
Yeah, all my spells are like my social spells.
But you originally were going to be chatting until I saw like how it was all lining up. I'm like, well, it makes sense.
He said, DM says it'll be a chill day.
It was supposed to be a chill day.
I was gonna say that earlier.
It was supposed to be a chill day, and then all of a sudden I got that in the mail. Finally, I'm like, oh no, I got to use this. I'm not waiting. Fuck that. Fuck that 100%. I love gigantic boss miniatures, and it really can't be that big a deal when you have a billion people attacking it.
It's really not. We're just laughing because you were like,
If it were just the party, it would be a
Yes.
different
Well, that's
story.
purposely why the encounter as well.
You mean Kane shouldn't be one-shotting people?
You should.
Fucking Kane, man.
It's so sick.
When I drew this up, I'm like, all right, the only thing that won't take away from them having fun is if all my dumb fucking NPCs get crits. The likelihood is maybe like one of the Grey Hand or some shit will get a crit. I'm Kane! Thanks, Kane.
Always underestimate him.
Thanks, Kane, every time, man.
If you all remember, Kane was taken away because he was too powerful.
Yes, I do remember that.
You remember that?
I do remember.
I don't know.
Oh, they're
what
higher level
would
now. Maybe we
be
can add them back
best.
in for a little bit.
Nope.
Nope. Taking them right back.
We'll get to max level. He'll still be stronger than all of us.
You see Vera take her staff, and you see her. Oh no, that takes too long. 1 minute. Nope.
Banishment.
I wish I could help you.
Kill
She does have
it.
management.
Disintegrate
No, but it's
it.
duration 1 minute. I read that wrong. No, casting time 1 minute. No, for imprisonment.
Oh, yeah, that's
Ooh.
What do we want to do so I don't kill everybody that's near him? Shit.
If she's an evocation mage, she can mold spells so that it doesn't damage allies. I'm not sure if that's what she is. I'm just gonna get some.
There's not that much near the thing. There's,
If she
a
puts it
smaller
behind.
thing. Yeah, she puts
Yeah.
it behind it.
She has like a circle. Yeah, she could hit behind.
Yeah, like nice fireball behind, you know?
But
Hit its back.
Let's
and all
not
these
use fire.
Or to
Salem's
the
there. Oh wait, but she
yeah,
can
so-
go.
to the
I got
right.
it. I got it now.
He's listening.
I got it now.
Excellent.
Vera is gonna move up, and she's gonna go. Salem, move!
And I guess she'll get hero actions too, because this is how it works.
Actually, doesn't really need to, but we can, for the sake of sake. She, as a commanding officer, she can have fun stuff with that. As a bonus action, she can help him move, and she's gonna cast Prismatic Spray.
She's
I've
gonna
heard of
spray
that.
some color on him.
This isn't time for arts and crafts.
Silly string! Just kills shit.
So roll a D what?
That's basically
in my
what it is.
eyes.
Hope you like pink, you idiot.
Starts crying and runs away.
I hate pink.
Flashback to when he's in
is
fiendish middle
so
school and his mom
embarrassing.
made him wear pink
Oh, buddy!
polo for picture
Oh,
day.
buddy! She gets 2!
Fiendish.
That spray.
Kill
He's
it.
got to make. What saves? What are these? Deck saves?
If it's charisma,
Dex.
he's fucked. That's true. Nothing has good charisma.
Not fiends, that's for sure. What's
The
his
laughing
dex?
hand does, ironically.
Good man.
I do.
His dex is plus. Oh, there it's saving throws plus 6. 10 fails.
Got him.
So it's going to take the damage. You
It's gonna
see
take the
out
big
from the Blackstaff's hand, a red and yellow beams come out of her hand as she smashes the staff down. You can see like this energy of the runes on the staff come up through her and through her hand and shoot forward. I need just a calculator on that.
What do you need? I got one.
10d6.
26, I got you.
6.
Very good, Ryan.
29.
29.
That's a little. No, that's average.
That's 6.
D.
Oh, I did the wrong one. 6. What'd you get? 29, 37. Both are half. Or not. Actually, the 37 isn't. He's not resistant to that, I believe. JK, he's resistant to that, so
Thunder.
37.
Lightning.
29. So then that would be, oh my god, there's so much math right now. 66, 33 points of damage. He's looking rough. You guys, he's
how many rays did you shoot?
2.
This is the 7th level spell, Prismatic Spray, correct?
Yeah, she gets all 7. It said roll.
She gets all 8.
What?
You roll a d8 to determine which color affects it, but you get 8 rays.
How many more?
Oh, she rolled an 8. So they got struck by 2 rays.
Or wait, sorry, it's sorry. For each 8 rays of light. For each target, roll a d8 to determine the color.
Oh, so this is more
it's
like hitting many targets. So the other guy is still getting hit too. So this guy got hit with this, so it's still 33 damage. It still puts him down to that number. That is great. You guys are doing great. The other dude gets hit with a... I gotta roll again, the d8. Needs to save a wisdom save. Oh my god, guys. That's a 6. That's a fail. But it was that one. So it is now blinded. You can take it off the dead mage.
Which one?
The dead mage, and put it on that guy. Yep.
Shit, about sunglasses, you dumb.
Hey, gotta protect your eyes, man.
Yeah.
On a failed save, the target is blinded. It must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of your next turn. A successful save ends the blindness. If it fails the save, so the next save, it's gonna it's gonna go to another plane of existence.
It goes one more save on its next turn.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I gotta make a note of it.
Oh, it's the start of Blackstaff's next.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
I was gonna try and get him to stay here so we could interrogate him.
This has ended the very long round of combat.
Got a lot of
So
people.
that is where we will end tonight and pick up next week.